on ready. Welcome to Disco Saloon Season 3. This will be the first episode. I am your host, Aaron, or Beanie, or Binson, Wee Bean, whatever you want to call me. That's me. We've got a new seating arrangement. We've got a new segments. We're going to try and bring some good energy. Let me just preface it and say I am rough as fuck. I am joined to my left, Jay. This will be his new seat. I will come up with snazzy nicknames, but I couldn't be fucked today. So Jay's got to be in the corner beside me. We're going to like hold the fort whilst chaos ensues on this side of the couch. For Callum, McF, and Bradley, or Ches.
Yeah.
So these boys, this is the new arrangement. This is the new shit. This is what's going to be happening. Anyway, somebody want to tell me something weird that happened to you today. Anything weird. Just anything.
Oh,
An interaction. A fucking cunt said, I'm just going to tell you one now. Cunt said to me the day I'd done his deliver and he went, sorry, I've not got much, mate. And he hunt me like what looked like fucking a Honfa smash. It was about £3.
Do that.
Oh, is that what for you to keep?
Aye.
Sorry.
Can get, aye,
Tuck the door.
I've been getting like 20 pence before. So I have.
No lie, just you keep that back.
Aye, just you keep it because we don't deal with cash. Anyway, anything happened, anything interesting, anything of note. Did you just wake up for hibernation this morning?
I was working.
What was I doing today?
I was working.
It's Mother's Day today, isn't it?
It is Mother's
Aye.
Day. I was going to ask a Mother's Day related question, but couldn't think of anything.
Couldn't think of something.
No.
I don't know. I can't think.
Fuck, man.
Well, I thought of something funny today, right? This is how fucking stupid my brain is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, last minute things and that, but I got flowers at my work today because I was working there. I was like, I'll just buy flowers while I'm here, innit, for my ma, right? And so they were like in a wee plant pot thing and kind of wrapped up and whatnot. And I like sat them down on the wall beside me, right? And it was me on a bench after my work for 6:30 this morning, and just this plant beside me with a wee plant pot with pink roses in it. And I was thinking of I was sitting talking to it, man, kind of like if you were on a desert island, like a coconut, like Castaway.
You're hitting Wilson settings.
Aye, I was serious Castaway settings. And I was just sitting thinking about like a sketch you could do when a guy talks to a flower. Or like he's got a wee like thing he takes round with him, like it could be anything really, just something he takes with him. But I must have thought that fucking not a weirdo, but like I was just sitting there with that pot of flowers beside me talking to him. I was like,
What?
you good doing that?
What was it saying back to you?
No much. Do you know what? But I enjoyed the silence. It listened and it didn't talk back, so
There's no
I enjoyed it. That's about the only weird thing that happened to me today.
Aye. I only slept for like 4 hours, so that's my fucking weird thing. I'm kind of toast. I said that already.
Can actually hear it in your throat, man.
Aye, I'm fucking clogged to the high heavens, man. I've just got that like about me, so I do. So
I've not got a weird thing, but I've got a hang. We've not got a tap in our flat, in our staff flat now because the kitchen's getting done up. So we're having to boil the kettle water for the bathroom sink, which I thought's
but
because so one of their staff members was like, don't know if it's psychological, just kind of do it. They'll have to go in their flat to do it, but I'm like, but the water's got to get boiled anyway.
even
I
if
do
it,
kind of get them, but I would. I mean,
do you know what it is? It's the same thing. Like, because I heard my manager at work the other day say, she was like, "Oh, I know, like I'll put the seat fully down and the lid covered down. Like if I'm brushing my teeth or that, like you don't want the particles in there. And it's like we all walk about with airsies attached to our backside all day. Like there's shit particles everywhere all the time.
aye, like, you ever fart it?
Do you know fart? No, right. Right, she was saying that, and I was like, who gives a flying fuck?
I guess the only thing that I don't know scientifically speaking, if there maybe could ever be something in a bathroom somewhere that would be like resistant to a certain temperature. There probably isn't, but like because it kills bacteria. But like,
I think it's more like the idea, like like somebody might be, I don't know if I could do that. Do you know what I mean?
I'd drink water straight out
I've-
the
that's what
bathroom
I've
taps.
seen
That's what I do, because
I've
then I
seen
don't need to
me
walk all the way through the living room. I do.
I've seen me been actual. This is stinking. I don't care. Been toast as fuck. Right enough. I've not done this in a couple of years, but who cares? toast as fuck. I'm talking canny go down the stairs toast, and just actually kind of like hanging my head in, getting a wee cup of glass of, I don't care about the fucking bathroom tap.
Aye, that's what we were saying. I do that in the rig.
I think it gets extra cold.
It does get extra. I put my mouth, like brushed my teeth and then just went
Aye,
like, and
defo.
soaked it clean out the tap. Like
Defo.
lips basically
You've
run the
no
thing.
deed yet.
Aye, no, I think it's all one and the same. It's all coming for the same fucking pipes.
Taps are tap.
The thing I was thinking as well was obviously you brush your teeth, so you need to have clean water to brush your teeth, presumably. So why would, and you also wash your dishes with it. It's like you wash your dishes with that
Wait,
stuff.
kitchen or bathroom? I mean, I guess same thing, but
I will brush your teeth with the bathroom one. Obviously, you
Aye.
spit it out, but it has to get in
I
your
thought you
mouth.
meant you washed your dishes with the bathroom, man. I was like, that's a fucking trick.
Well, I think one of my co-workers was doing the dishes in the bath rather than going to their flat. So we've got a bath, but they're like, well, see if there's soap in that.
Wait, the bath's funny, man. Imagine doing it out the bath.
I'd drink the water out the bath taps.
That would be
But
over
Kim, what would
funny.
the difference be, but
No,
other than the aesthetic?
I think it would be more just like a societal difference if I
Aye.
could drinking out the bath tap, but
Because
like,
you wash your entire body in that bathtub anyway. Do you know what I mean? So it's like
Aye.
the water would need to be somewhat clean to clean you. Do you know what I mean?
oh no, you defo breathe in all sorts of shit out there.
Aye.
See,
Some
before see
madness.
my old work, it was like the sink was in like the main bit of the dispensary, and I don't know what happened, but there was something wrong with the drainage, and it got mixed up with like the toilet drainage, and there was actual shit bubbling from like the bottom of the drain,
Take.
and I just never touched the sink ever again. Man.
Give
Never
it
washed
wobbles,
a dish
man.
like
Give
that,
it
man.
we call that round here seasoning.
It was kind of rotten, man. Just random cunt shite coming up for the drain.
Was there some nice stench?
Aye, man, it was really, really
Love a
nice.
good stench.
It was really
I
tasty,
think,
man.
I think we spoke about this before, but folk they enjoy the smell of their own ass. Don't they?
Aye.
Aye.
It's like, see that, the farts, do you know what I mean? Smell your own farts.
Your own farts are funny to
Aye.
basically name it.
See if you're a person that likes to smell somebody else's farts.
Aye, that's when we're having a conversation.
Wow, I can admit that I'm weird, man, but that's a whole new scale, man. If you're out there liking the smell of another person's ass, wow, that's archaic. That's caveman like, man.
That's a canine terrier, man.
Aye. It's wild. It's absolutely wild, man.
Give me. No, wait, actually, no, we didn't. No, do you know what's off?
But I mean, folk eat ass, so
Aye.
Folk get their face bashed on and that, man.
Aye.
you would need to go back
What's
to
your thoughts on that?
season 2 episode. You'd need to go back to season 2 episode 1 to see, but I'm sure in the first episode of each season we spoke about shit.
it's what we
Also
do.
done.
It's what
It's
we
a
do.
good, it's a good entry point to get you into the
It's
season.
the way we play, mate.
Then you-
It's just the way we play, man.
It's just the way we play, man.
Talking about farts, man.
Make effort, but you end
Toilet
interesting.
bowl.
I was just thinking there, I did have an
not.
encounter. So I've got a wee like metalhead schizo pal that I deliver his like schizophrenia meds to like every now and then, and he's always got some like sort of weird chat. And this week he gave me like a bag of Carlin. I don't drink Carlin because it's utter fucking sewage water. I'd rather drink out that fucking sink, man. Worst, like top 4 worst drinks of all time, along with like apple spritz and ginger beer and that, man. Like fuck me, Carlin's dreadful. But the guy, he's like obviously schizo, and he always gives me like this big bag and it just smells of fags, man, like stale fags. It's incredible. And he's always like, young Skywalker, how we doing? And there was like something like he was wearing like a really cool like stripy hat, and I was like, I'm not saying his name. I was like, oh man, I really like your hat. And he was like, my hat, my Gandhi, like, you know, that kind of shit. He was like, and he kind of like elbowed me, and he was like, that's one for the school. And I was like, I hate the bother. And then he was talking about how like his roof and that caved in, and I looked in, there was like nothing happened, man. That was fine. But he's always like wearing like an Iron Maiden tat. Anyway, I was just chatting away to him, man. So I think that's the weirdest guy this week. Gave me a bag of Carlin and a bag of Amstel as well.
Amstel?
Amstel's alright. They like
And like,
Amstel.
I do just have to down the cans that are just like respect from. I like to go home and be like, I got this from my schizo pal, so it's sound. And but when you're taking like a sip of the can, you can smell the fags after like the metal. Do you know that like metallic kind of stale fag?
Aye.
So it was good.
They
I
all
do-
like their fags, the schizophrenic folk, man. I don't know what it is, but most of them did when I worked with them.
Mm.
They all smoked fags, man. It was great. I was just sat there like, what a geese, man. And they would. And I would smoke fags in the living rooms with them. It was
Like
peak.
we smoke fags watching this telly or what?
It was police interceptors, man.
Police interceptors,
It
man.
was so fucking good.
I think that would just make me. But like, surely you think if you were already paranoid, that would just make you more paranoid. Do you know what I mean?
That's why they're in the state they're in, isn't it?
Does anybody, what other shows are like that, police intercepts? Because can I tell you one? I always see it on fucking like shorts and all that, and I end up, I've been morbidly curious and go on YouTube and that. It's called the emergency room. It's just basically folk.
It's on at like 1 in the morning on fucking.
I don't know
do you
why,
what I mean?
because I don't usually get obsessed with things like this because I'm like kind of pish, but for some reason I'm hooked, man. It's cool because I can't just fleas in, man, and they're dealing it. So these cunts running about like I need fucking 25 fucking millilitres of this shit. This cunt's fucking getting IVG and this. What's going on? I'm like, holy fuck, they're saving this cunt's life right now, man.
Folk cooking, man.
It's like
Then he
that,
gets through and sits the family down and he's like, listen, I'll do everything in my power to keep this cunt alive. And I'm like, yes. And then you see them and then it cuts to it later on, they've woke up and that and they're alright, and then they recover a couple of days later and you're like, fucking scream for it.
Aye, that's wild,
But
man.
also living ready at the same time. Like, I'm like, well, this doesn't feel good, but I'm still watching.
I was at the hospital yesterday because one of the folk I support had been assaulted, so he was in getting checked and stuff. But getting that, how many folk there is just in and out waiting and all that. And like the boy that I was helping at Disney like hospitals, and so many folk don't like hospitals. But I just kept thinking like, how many folk are in and out here every day? And imagine these just didn't exist. Do you know what I mean? There wasn't a place for folk to go if something bad happened.
Aye, just laying your flares right deep. That was you. Game
Aye,
over.
flea bottom, man. You're just out in the curb, man.
I don't know if it counts, but I don't know what. See, they like house renovation ones. They're sometimes kind of good, man.
DIY
Aye, like
SOS.
all that pish that would be like on it like, I don't know, I'll leave in 10 in the morning, I'll leave in the morning during the week, and everybody's at work, no watching it.
What was the one where they used to go abroad and fucking try and sell
Sell
a
the
house?
houses?
Was it a place in the sun or something?
What was that? One location.
Aye, that's maybe actually the one I'm hanging
I like,
at.
it's
I like
like-
Escape to the Country.
Ken what's good.
And it's
Right.
like, just for the small price of £3.5 million, the McCann family have decided to
Aye.
move in to this small shack, and it's
Aye,
a
like
fucking
Escape fucking, aye.
free flare mansion.
Aye, it's like this property's got like 11 bedrooms, 9 toilets. There's a guest house in the back. You've got 2 acres with it, and they're like, aye man, it's in our budget, but no, I'm not really sure about
Don't know
this
if we've
one.
got enough room. Don't know if we've got enough room.
Fuck.
Room for what?
Aye, something, and it would
And
always
their
just,
house?
it would just be a couple doing it as well, like two cunts.
2 40-year-olds. And they're like,
Okay.
where the fuck are you get $4 million for, man?
Ken what was class Grand Designs. Did you ever watch that?
Aye, Grand Design was good.
Because there was always something went wrong, like always something, like they would find like an ill preservation like on the site that they were building on or something, man, and it was peak because it's just these rich cunts being like, oh, we've not ordered enough timber now. It's fucking incredible, man.
Flog it.
I remember there was one episode that got super fucking sad. The guy died before the house got finished and that, and it just sat there, didn't get finished.
That's cracked.
Came
man.
up at the end, you know how like the end of a documentary says, David then went on to die of like heart disease or some shit, man. I was like, we never saw the end fucking product, man.
Oh my
Nothing
God,
went wrong
man.
the entire time as well. It was actually kind of shit episode, and then it was like, fuck's sake, didn't get
What's
finished.
the one Dion Dublin does? Homes Under the Hammer.
Aye, he does. Aye, he goes to like black. He goes to like black.
Aye.
Goes to like Blackpool and all that.
Too good.
And he's like
man.
looking at like these like utter shithole like houses and that.
And
Like,
then folk are doing them up. So
aye.
flog it, but it's a tap choke. Dickinson's real deal.
That's how I was thinking that Dickinson's real deal, man.
Antiques
Yeah, it's the real
Roadshow.
deal, that old
Is
cunt.
that the-
Antiques Roadshow,
the-
man. Don't
That
joke.
Antiques Roadshow is mental, man. £400 for a silver coin, man, for 1830, and they're like, whoa.
One of my favourite things, and I think I put one in the chat not long ago that I couldn't have a Rolex or a watch. My favourite ones are the ones where folk have got something and they've got no idea how much it was. This guy had a Rolex and it was like hundreds of it was like tens or hundreds. It was hundreds of thousands, I think. It was like an original one for like
Years and
knows
years
when,
ago.
man, still working mint condition. There's some folk on that, but see if you type in compilations of the most folk have sold stuff for cracked like coins and fucking jewellery and all that, the cunts are like, no, this is like a royal family thing and all shit like that. And then their faces are like, holy fuck, they're like, if you took this to fucking auction, we think it would get like 250 grand or something, and they're like, what? It's like a bit of
It's
metal.
like, it's like they've got a painting. They've got a painting that they found in their like loft. And it's like fucking Matisse drew this. This is worth like fucking £300 million.
Oh, to be one of the
I know,
people,
Can you
man.
imagine, man?
Aye.
Some cunts got like ancient fucking Japanese like China on the fucking house, man.
Hey, let's just be morbid, man. We'll get out and make pals with hundreds of old people. We'll find out about the richest places in the UK,
And
man.
then
You'll just
befriend
go-
all the oldies.
Aye.
Hang about the
Homes and
chippy and
that,
wait for them to come in.
Do you know that?
Go
do
to
you know-
the
do
care
you know
home as a
what-
travelling band.
That actually reminds me. So like Holly's gran is a bit of a hoarder, and they like went into like one of like the cupboards, and Holly's uncle found like this book, and it had a massive swastika on it. Like she was like, "What the fuck is this?" Opened up, and it was like pictures of like this guy. So obviously, like the great grandparent had like swapped like a book with a Nazi, like back in the war.
Oh,
And it was
right.
filled with like pictures of like him in like uniform, his family and all that. But if you just kept going, it's like photos of like Holly starts to appear.
Oh my god.
No way, man.
Like photos of like the family and all that are like just like, and so like
Just
the
an
grand's
after.
obviously been like, that's a photo album. It's gonna be
Aye,
photos
I
in
will
it.
just keep it there.
Aye, it's got a fucking big mad swastika like engraved into the front of it.
That is wild,
So
man.
that's too fucked, man.
See, when I worked for that charity Hill House, and they used to clean out old folks' houses, man.
Oh fuck, man.
See, if I couldn't draft and it was like the family either didn't want any or they had looked through it and goes, fuck it, like we don't need anything. Oh my god, see the shit. I've got this clock in my room still for some old cunt that dropped. I think I've showed you it, but I'll need to send you a photo of it, right? It is one of the most mint, and I got it for nothing. Mint it, man. It's like it's black and gold in the bottom, and it's this like nice, soft, fucking polished, furnished wood. Don't know what kind of wood, and it's got like a gold ring, and it's just an old fashioned clock. Honestly, man, I seen it and I goes, I don't know why, but I want that.
I'm taking
Like,
it.
cunts have got clocks in their room with alarm clocks and all that, whatever the fuck, man. And I'm telling you, I just have this old cunt's favourite prized possession, man.
That's too
He
good.
doesn't have a Scooby.
Well, he's dead.
Dead, man.
Exactly.
He's locked. He get fucked in the grin, man. But hey, just to let that cunt, just to let him ken, I'm looking after it. It
Yeah.
still works.
Aye, I'm
man.
sure he'll be happy to know it's in a good
Aye.
home.
Yeah, you ever
Aye.
got like what's that called? Where you get like priced up, like an Antiques Roadshow and that.
Aye, like,
think
have
it's
you
like-
checked if it's
I
valuable?
it's
did,
got value.
I did check. I think it's got like out like I don't know, like 30. Maybe it's more than 30 quid. Maybe it was like
Don't spend it on the one show.
Aye. Could get an cloak for that.
I keep looking through. I've got all these old coins, and I keep looking like one of these one day. One day, one of these will get me something, man. Because I've got ones with Queen Victoria on it and all that, but none of them.
There must be specific ones.
I'm going to need to wait till like all the old cunts that are into that kind of gear have died out, and then the Waynes don't give a fuck, and that's when I'll sell one of them to
Buy the
this
dip.
Japanese collector.
Aye.
Get what happened
Buy
will
the
be,
dip.
be when you're an old cunt, see when you're
I'll
like
need to
70,
pass it
man,
on
and
or
you
something.
still get the coins. And then
See
there'll
if
be
I
an
get
air
to-
28-year-old, 27-year-old guy waiting for you to drop the nick your
I'm telling you,
coins.
see if I get to fucking 75-year-old and then it's worth 3 million, I'm just killing myself, man. That's fucking ridiculous if I get to that age and then they turn around and go, that's now 3 million.
Aye,
Why
that's
could it not been
new
that
mad
40
valuable.
years ago?
When I needed the money.
Here, they fucking Oasis records I've got that are like £200 near enough.
Are they?
I hope they
They'll
go-
probably keep going up then.
I've got an old, I've got like an OG, it's not like mint condition or anything like that, but I've got like I'm sure I've got a 1984 Smiths vinyl.
I'll
record,
check
pretty
on
cool.
the break. I will check on Discogs that for you. Cause see if it's worth 50, man. I say just take the money and run.
It's sitting in my cupboard.
Aye, exactly.
I've got a Billie Holiday vinyl as well, but I don't know if it's like it was like a remastering or
See
whatever.
if you
But
could just find something. No win the
it's
lottery.
for charity shops.
Kind of like win the
wouldn't
lottery.
Had we just all kept all the fucking shit we played with when we were like 5?
Aye.
Like
The old Game
fucking
Boys, GameCubes, PS1.
Pokemon kids.
Pokemon cards, Beyblades. I don't know about Beyblades actually because I think they're still gone in some capacity. I think they're
Some
still
of the Pokemon kids, because I've been watching that Coop's cards. Wow, crazy, man.
it's mental how like they can be so expensive when they were all just in the same fucking packets.
Do you think if I kept my Hunter Club Gerard, it would be worse off? The match attacks.
Do you know about the... No, I don't remember what Pokemon card it is, right? But they ran this promotion for like 1 year in Japan, and there's only some of these cards out. There's maybe a couple of thousand or something. What it was you had a card and you sent it away to them. They took that card and then sent you the evolved version. It was like a promotion for like 1 year or some folk have still got the cards. So you sent it to the company and they sent back to get the evolution of that card. You had to give away yours. It was like a trade basically.
Aye.
But they evolved that card for you.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
I've been getting kind of deep, I'm telling you, man. Coop's cards, giving out the graded cards to Wayne who don't have one and gets me.
That's right.
That's him, man. I've been watching it all and I'm like, he gets me brick, man.
I used to choke for the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, man. There was a boy that had left.
Exodius, man.
Mate, that's where I was going. The boy had all the bits that Exodius, man, or whatever his name is, just kicking about in his room. And he'd left it when he moved it, and I was like, what? What the fuck?
Did Ali that stayed above the pub
there?
not have quite good ones?
Aye, I think so. I think he had
He had the goodies, man.
It's such a weird thing because I'm sure there was like a year in my life where he was like my best pal, and then he just.
Was. I can remember me and you been in his that because he'd that flat up above.
Aye, I had a hot tub right in the middle of the house.
That's wild.
So it did, and then like he disappeared after that, and then one day I went into Spoons and he was serving behind the bar.
Aye.
You were like that Ian Wright video when he sees his PE teacher. You're still alive.
See there, I was watching that greeting there night. That's my favourite thing to watch.
See
when they were talking about
he's
Ian
such
Wright,
a pure soul, man.
have you seen the clip of him he went on the radio once he died and spoke about it?
No.
Oh, mate, it's even worse.
But is the guy passed?
So the guy died, right, and he unveiled like a plaque at the school for him, right, but it's even worse.
That
Ian
is
Wright can
killer.
barely talk for tears at this bit. He says that guy told him that he was more prouder than Ian Wright playing for England than he was flying the RAF planes there at Buckingham Palace after the war. And Ian Wright is fucked and can't talk. Fucked.
man.
He used to get him to do like the milk registers and that around the school, and he wouldn't let him play football if he'd been misbehaving. So he gave him like wee important tasks, like go around and collect the registers, go and take the
Disciplined,
milk
man.
and all that. Mental.
And that could be the wee differences that made him a football player and other folk
Because
know.
he says he used to tell him, he's like, see when you're going through and goal, he would show him like, what's that guy called? Is it Clive Baston? Was that the Arsenal guy that Ian Wright overtook the goal scorers for? Cliff Baston? Can't remember. Anyway,
I'm not sure.
he used to like tell him about him, and he's like, when you go through and goal, just make sure you score like nice, beautiful goals and all that stuff. And I'm like, I'm telling you, listen to that.
That would get me tearing, man, 100%.
Because Ian Wright can't even get through the sentence when he's saying it about him.
No, you wouldn't, man.
So it was something like he was in the war, an RAF pilot when he was like early 20s or something. Like a couple of them get selected to fly at Buckingham Palace, and he was one of them. Ripped to a goat, man. Mr. Pigden, man.
Aye, fair enough, man. Fair
that
enough.
bit where he takes his hat off and that, man.
Aye, it's like...
That's what he says in that video, I know. He's like, see, once I turned around and I seen him standing up there a level up above me, he's like, I just felt Stephen again because I was down below him.
You could see it in his eyes, like the way he looked like a wee boy again. Crazy.
Greeting, man.
Me too.
It's fucking so good, man.
That's it.
So
like,
I watched that and I went through an awful binge of folk surprising their old teachers and shit like that. I don't know, Ken, one of them moods where you're like, I want to greet a wee bit.
Like a nice, like,
wholesome
human greet. Aye.
Too good, man. Sometimes folk do good things.
No, they do. You
Just
maybe no kidding,
sometimes.
they're good until they're
There's some
older.
good skinned apes out there.
Aye, there is.
Isn't there?
What was I saying? Skin apes to? Can't remember, man.
Everyone.
Aye, what was that?
Most
What
days.
was I no saying? Skin apes to? That's my excuse at work. You done that yet? Listen, I'm just a skin ape, man. I'm like, what, are we even really here then, or are you just asking me to do this in an alternative reality? Because listen, how'd you ken? How'd you ken I'm here then now? Like that's what you need to start saying to folk in your work. Listen, I'm not here. I'm just an apparition to you.
How they go to Ken?
How are they going to ken?
Nobody knows.
Somebody asked me the other day if I ken where something was. I was like, listen, I just work here. And folk are sick of me saying that. They're like, aye, so do I. I'm asking you for a horn.
Ken working. Ken the actual having
Oh
to,
no,
like,
Ken working, aye.
Sometimes I think about it and like I don't mind my job or not, but Ken that way when you're in a place you're actually like, how mental is it that like
I'm
you're just
trapped.
born and then like you have to go and spend a certain amount of time somewhere doing a certain thing just so you've got like a roof over your head in any currency to be able to eat. And we live in like a country where we're quite fortunate. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, it's not like that
Like
bad.
it's we're a first world
Cry
country.
me a river, man. You're fucking
Aye.
sitting at a till all day.
I know. I've no get time to fucking chase my dreams, man. This is terrible, man.
It's like you're
I've
not,
not get time to become a rich person,
you're
man.
not an actual slave, like,
Aye.
because they also exist. Like, it's like, aye, right, it's shite, aye, man, I'm dropping cunts orders off, and aye, that cunt ordered a bit too much. It's a bit heavy, oh, my poor arms. But, like, realistically, I'm not getting whipped. Like,
No.
do you know what I mean? I can tell my manager
But
to fuck off if I
we
want.
are. We're mental slaves. We're wage cucks. That's what we are. I don't know if anybody does anybody watch that Wojak. There's a it's called Zero Budget Stories on YouTube, and it's like Lord Wojak and all that, and it's like I'm like from like peasant to millionaire and all that, and it's just pure meme shit, man. But Ken Summit, and it's like all the like the McDonald's and all that. It's called like wage cuck Donaldville or whatever the fuck it's called.
I love thinking about that there's like a job for everything. Like, see if you walk in a set of automatic doors, I'm like, there's a guy out there that his job is fix these automatic doors.
Mental. There's a cunt. One day somebody was looking at the laces on like shoes or the end of hanging. They're like, we're gonna have to get these furry bits together, man. Fuck, man, what we got to do? Oh, we could get a wee bit of plastic around that. Do you know what I mean? We could get a wee bit of something around that. And then they've went millionaire
So you ever
because they
started
don't have
cutting
fluffy
keys?
bits at the end, man. Aye, whoever started cutting, whoever made buttons. So you ever went like, aye, I'm going to make fucking things that keep things together at once, and then you can take it off and it becomes part of style, and it's, oh mate, it's crazy. Who made the carrier bag? Do you know what I mean? Honestly,
Get them a raise, is that what you're asking?
Ken as well. See glass.
Aye.
At one point, like we just didn't have like having like a glass in your house, or like not in your house, like thousands of years ago, having a glass would be like mental.
What do you think you would like to go back in time and invent?
Do any of us actually think if we get sent
wheel?
back 200?
No. I'm not talking about like if you go back in time with this knowledge, and could you invent something? I just mean like hypothetically speaking, what would be like the coolest thing to say? Oh, I made this up. Because I don't. Because
Tippets
Ken
or
out folk
something.
are like, if I went back in time with an iPhone, I'd rule the world. I'd get fucking slaughtered within 30
But that's
seconds.
the thing.
man.
Like, see if I sent you back to 1950 and folk go, oh man, I'd be absolute it. I'd do all these things like, how'd you fucking make an iPhone then? How'd you make a fast car? Do you know what I mean? How'd you make plastic?
Aye. I only think it would work if you were maybe going back a wee bit and you were just doing like small things to make your life slightly better. I don't think I'd be going back, and I wouldn't be able to, because why would you not just change the new then? And in the future, you're going to be saying, I don't need to go back in time because past me's already helped myself.
Get my day. I'd go back to 2016. I'd take the first 30 quid I made when I got my first job at McDonald's, and I'd put it in fucking Bitcoin, man. And I'd have been loaded.
In fact, actually, I'm annoyed about folks saying they'd go back in time with an iPhone or invent an iPhone. Invent something new! It's not good to be able to go back in time and just shit out somebody else's invention. What the fuck's that? Anyway,
Make
I
an
was going
iPhone?
to say something daft, like, I don't know, like vinyl records or something. Kind of funny. Tables, what the thing's called, the fucking tabletop spinners or something. the guitar, man. Putting strings. I'd get back all the way to the caveman times. I'd get a plank of wood and some strings and some horsehair,
Bit
man.
of grass.
I'm like, here, pal, can you tie that as tight as possible in this plank of wood?
Did you hear that? They're like, what? You're playing through the fire and the flames with a bit of horsehair, man.
I'd just get back and freak somebody out, man. But then, see if you did get back far enough, you wouldn't have the materials to make all this shit. How are you going to get it? How are you going to fucking mine uranium or whatever the fuck you'll need?
Ken thing is, there would have been like fucking like breakdancing when there been a thing like 100 years ago. Imagine you just went back and started doing heat stones. Folk are like, what? What the fuck's that? He's on his head. He's on his head.
I would take the manual back for how to make one of the, what were they things called when we were weighing the toys, and one's like a dinosaur, they were white and black, you got a gorilla, a dinosaur, they were like something Robo-Raptor or something, and they were like black and white things. Somebody brought them in one day for a school presentation, show and tell. There was a gorilla and all, wasn't there?
I can't remember the girl, but I
I'm
remember the
googling that.
I remember the
I'm
raptor.
sure it's Roboraptor, man.
Who do you
It was like Roboraptor or
who
something.
do you think invented the backflip?
They
I'd
must
get
have
back and
been having
invent the
a bad
backflip.
day.
Can't even do a backflip.
I think there's a lot of stuff, but because one of the things that I always think about when it comes to like any sort of invention, fucking they things aye.
Robo-sapien.
The dies no
I
like.
had the dinosaur
Aye,
one.
yeah.
I see. I
Aye.
do remember that.
I'm sure we used to go to, I don't know if you listened, but shout out Lyle Campbell. I'm sure he used to have one named Kitten Boots House all the time.
Aye, defo with the dinosaur
Aye, somebody
as
did.
well, man.
Aye.
Robosaur,
I'm not-
Roboraptor.
There's definitely a Roboraptor.
I know the raptor one. Therefore, I had that.
Aye, Roboraptor was
I don't
sick,
know,
man.
he
It came
definitely
with like a wee Xbox controller.
Aye,
wasn't
You
it?
remember.
defo had one of them.
Aye.
Therefore,
I'd get back in time with a manual and fucking get a cunt to invent this for me,
that's
man.
so good. Man.
Anyway, I'm talking. See, school show and tell. I don't know if you were in this class. The best show and tell of all time. Andrew Wilson brought in his ferrets. Brought in his ferrets. And I don't think he's listening to new, but if he is, man, that is some elite level shit.
Aye, that's
Like,
pretty good,
I'm
man.
interested to get his dad to come in and drop it in like 2 big fucking cages or whatever. Crazy, man. Can we touch him? Can we hold him? I couldn't just fucking ripping the fucking veins, just ripping this ferret to shreds, man. He's clawing eyes out and all that,
Try to
man.
turn into a jacket.
That's
Too
so
good,
crazy, man.
That's the best. I don't even know. Do you even remember? I don't remember taking anything for show and tell. I did, but
I did take something, but I don't know what, man.
I think I
maybe
took
done
a
it
CD or
a
something.
lot of Game Boy or something. Fuck knows, man.
Oh, I know. You're
Like,
no wrong.
aye, like something that would have been something like that. Like, aye, look, this is my Game Boy. I ken all yous have got one and all, but like, it's class.
Some folk had ferrets and fucking trumpets, man. I had a CD, I think. Like some shit.
I can't remember what I had brought in for show and tell, man.
I'm almost certain I took in a busted CD once. I'm just swear to it. Or it's flushed away in DVD.
I did.
As actual goated flushed away, man.
I wish we
That's
could
so peak.
remember, like, if we could tap in, like, see if we get to like the point where they can map the brain properly and all that, and then like they can actually put all the memories, man, because that would be peak.
Oh,
Like, see if you could see, like when you're actual like 4 and what was going through your head, like, or 5, like you're at nursery, you've just shit yourself in that, like, like I would love to know what's going on there, man, because that's no right, man. Like, it's crazy.
Go back to a time where it was alright to shite yourself. Do you know what I mean? When they would judge you.
Lack of judgment. I here fucking change my ass, man. I'm stinking.
I think that would throw you underneath some awful permafrost, man. I think you'd be fucked after seeing that, man.
You're probably right.
I think you'd be like, fuck, that's never happening again. I can't just shit myself.
The brain must have like a capacity that it hits, and everybody's got a different capacity, like memory wise. Like,
Aye, because there'll be folk that have like either a
like-
traumatic moment or just a moment they remember, or remembering last. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like
my brain is fully in overwrite mode. Like, every single action I take just overwrites the action that came before it. Like, I feel like I live blind, like, to memory. Like,
mine's is weird. I think I remember so much shit that's like pointless, and then I'm like, I feel like the week after that something might have happened, but I can't remember what it is. Like better things, better memories.
aye,
but
stuff you'd rather like hold.
Andrew Wilson Ferret show and tell is something I will remember to the grave, man. And that is just like, no offence to him, but why is that my core memory? Like, for primary school,
See-
that's one of my core memories.
See, to be fair, I mind Bonnie Shedden broke a leg on a arm or something on the tree swing, got in Knocktiba, and there was like between Knocktiba and Christmas, there was like the tree swing fell off it, so she came in like a wheelchair and she had a snake. And I mind just every day like that, fuck, she's got a snake. And she was in a wheelchair.
Cunts bringing in their pets, man.
Aye.
That's a joke.
We didn't really have a pet, like, growing up, like.
Your pets all kill each other, man.
Aye. We had, what's the weirdest pet? Me and Aaron had pet rats once. I like telling folk about because they're quite good pets.
I've no idea.
It was they were meant to be called Holly and Eve, right? And then my Uncle George found out that I had called my rat Eve and his Wayne was called Neve. So he was like, you can't call it Eve. So it ended up Holly and Lily.
Lily, aye. Lily was the grey one, Holly's white
Can't
one.
mind if it was them that ate each other or it was the hamsters, like one of the assortment. We had the Syrian hamsters, normal hamsters,
the dwarf
hamsters.
I think that the hamsters ate each other, but there was a point where I think Holly was the kind of one that would bite you more, and Lily was nicer, but Holly died of the tumours first. Because rats wouldn't hit like a year, they just get big balls in their back, and they're like tumours in the D. And I think Lily started like munching on Holly when Holly died. And then Lily got the
Is it
the
rat
balls,
eat rat world out
the
there,
rat
man?
balls, the rat body.
I don't think I've had any weird pets. I've only had cats, but I will tell you something. Sea monkeys are goated. They don't count as pets, but because they're fucking like wee shrimp things. But do you remember sea monkeys?
I know, because you could buy the kit in fucking Toys R Us, man. Like you would just buy like the fucking.
I found out no long ago the guy that invented them, like 1950s kind of white picket fence America guy, was also involved with the KKK. And I
Was
googled
it?
it to make sure it was true, and it was meant it, man. Aye, they were like you would get the eggs, and as soon as you dropped them in the water, it would just be like, a couple of days ago by, and you've got these wee shrimp fucking eggs.
Just floating it.
Fuck,
You
man.
can still get them now. Like I've saw them in the shop.
How
The
lo-
kit.
What's the year lifespan on them? A year or something?
Don't know, man. The kit's like 20 quid, but man, like, and you just put water in it and then fucking drop them in.
I
'Cause you
feel like
don't-
we tried to do it once. I never remember having sea monkeys, but I mind folk I was talking about it.
They're not that hard. 'cause
Unless
you
I've
put
just
in the food-
disassociated
you just put in
that,
the
man.
food,
I don't
like,
know if I've had it.
You just put in the food every day, and it's not that hard to keep. I don't even think you need to clean out the tank, 'cause I think they just munch the shit in that. I don't
Getting
know.
mad, get back and invent the alien babies, man.
That's exactly what I was thinking about.
Because
and
sea
then
monkeys,
I
was
would
going
love
there.
to go back and create the rumour that sticking them back to back and putting them in the fridge
Aye.
A new
makes
one.
a new one.
Aye.
I mind actually
I actually
checking
thought it was
that.
the freezer. I think I
Aye.
put mine in the
Did you?
freezer.
That was the fridge we done, but I remember actually like checking in on it and checking in on it and being like, no,
Aye.
it's due to start growing soon.
Aye.
And then like there would be with the flat bit at the back where you're starting to
A
get
wee bump.
there'd be like a wee crack in it, and I'd be like, fuck, it's happening.
Fuck, the alien baby's pregnant, man.
Aye, and never did have a win.
No.
Obviously,
Oh man,
Get
they
stuck
were-
to the
they
roof
were
after a
It
while.
did
Aye.
come with a vein inside it, but you know.
I think
Some
there
of them-
was.
some
I
of
think
them
some of them did.
Some of them did, but you had
Aye.
to like cut it, didn't you? You had to cut it open.
See, I can't remember. I just remember squeezing away in it, and like a tiny alien came out. I went, fuck. Wasn't it that?
I think there, I think there was bigger ones that had weird ones in the heat or something. So it was. I think
Like, did Wayne say, like, see, like our wee sister's 50? Like, did she come out an alien baby? Does she have alien babies?
no.
Like, the young folk have things like alien babies anymore? Like,
They've got
Fuck
iPads,
knows,
man.
Aye, that's
Aye.
it, man.
You don't need alien
iPad
babies.
and
You've got
YouTube Shorts.
You've got
Aye.
everything that ever happened on this small device.
You've got
that's handheld.
fucking Mr. Beast now. That's what it is.
That's what they're after. No, defo.
I do remember throwing an alien baby like onto the ceiling because I used to do that all the time. I used to
Aye.
stick it and I'd like
Then
catch
fought
it.
eventually.
mate, we
It never came back down, and my mom came home and fucking went through me because it she managed to get it and it left him staying in the ceiling.
Aye.
Furious, man.
I'm sure me and Aaron had one that was like a skinnier, longer baby alien. It wasn't exactly that. We were throwing them off the ceiling, but there was one that got stuck, and I think it's still in my wee sister's bedroom roof.
Aye, like you can
There's
still see it.
wee-
Like a bit
wee
of the
bits
leg kind of
speckled
thing. Aye.
It- mate, for when we were about 7,
I love that.
we
But
just kept it. Do you know what I
they
mean?
would get things you could stick to the roof. Remember the horns? Was it
Aye,
wee
the
horns?
horn things. Aye.
It's absolutely. Sometimes I think about it because obviously it's like our wee sister Shannon. She stays in the room that me and Aaron grew up in, and like sometimes I go in and like the room's like half the size of this living room, and I'm like, this room used to be fucking massive.
Aye, it was
we
like
used to
a
have
fucking
beddie,
jungle gym.
We used to have fucking shit. Like we had the telly and the chest of drawer, all this different stuff. I mean, like doing front flips with one bed to an air bed and all that, and you're like, I couldn't do a front flip in
Can
here.
usually see before Shannon was born, because before Jessica was born, I think me and my wee brother had separate rooms, and then when she was born, we bunk bedded it. Were you the same, or did you?
I think I was till we were about 13. Me and Aaron. Shannon had her own room.
Aye,
for-
Shannon.
I know, but I mean before that, what happened?
Well, Aaron would have. Well, there was only 2 years, so Aaron might have been in like a crib of some sort, and then I think I was born, and I maybe get put in a crib while Aaron had a bed, and then
Oh,
Shannon would have been born, and then
aye.
we both had a bed, and Shannon had her own room.
She would have had a crib.
Aye,
Or
and then
whatever.
and then
'cause
eventually
the,
it was.
the rawest of days was when my wee brother get put in with me, man. Because we only had a 2-bedroom house, man. And I was 6 and he was 4 when Jessica was born, so it was just like, fuck's sake, man.
Can you actually remember that, like being?
Oh, I
like
can.
6?
Aye, because remember I say, well, I can't really remember too much except some of the fucking traumatic shit, and also the thing I spoke about on here, my wee bit, I put that cream in the PS1 and fucked it. He used to put cream in my disc and like fuck my disc, scratch them, break them, and all that. Fucked, man.
Scratch my CD, man.
Scratch my CD. The only good things were when we were both in the mood and you would do Hot Wheels, man. You would build a fucking crash course and fuck the Hot Wheels at it, man.
What I used to like doing, actually, this has just came back to me here as well, is I would make like obstacle courses for the hamsters and the rats out of VHS tape cases.
Aye,
So I would
that
make
was
like
good,
obstacle
man, aye.
courses for them in the room
They
and
used
sit
to
them down and
actual-
run about.
Aye, they used to run through them all, man.
Fucking peak.
It's weird, like I don't think young folk are ever bored now. Like I even found myself, I ate my dinner earlier without looking at anything. Like see, like folk, like it's actual like a crime to not watch a YouTube video when you eat your dinner. But I sat there eating a Fu Macallan steak pie, whatever it's called, Malcolm Allen steak. A
Malcolm Allen steak pie. Aye.
And I just stared at the wall and I was eating my steak pie and I was just like, this is what you used to do. There was no phones like you used to just look at the wall or watch the telly.
I used to do that with beasties at the back garden. Like you would see a beetle and you're like, I'm going to build this thing of fucking... some sort
Aye, and
of-
off a fork, man.
Aye.
And off a hangman. Aye, I
Beatles,
liked all
man.
that. But it seems we had more imagination back in the day. Now
Defo.
we're all fucking scunnet.
Aye.
Rough.
I think we're just
Don't
so.
know if I said that.
I think we're just so desensitized to anything. I think we're over like
We're also kind
we're
of
overstimulated,
old
man.
ish now.
That is true.
Like, not old, but you know what I mean? Like, we're no Waynes, so it's kind of shite.
Feel
Look,
like
venues
life does kick the fuck out you,
Aye,
man.
It does.
It does kind of kick the
And
fuck
it
out
just
you.
comes out of nowhere, man. Do you know what I mean? It comes out of nowhere and then you're just old and you've got responsibilities and then whatever. But see, thinking about it and you're actually remember being like 6 or 7 year old. Like, see if you see a 6 or 7 year old, they're tiny, man. And you're like, I was that fucking size once. What? No, I'm the size of 2 6-year-olds on top each year.
It's actually just
It's
going.
mental.
It's actually just going to keep getting peaker. Like I'm
Yeah.
actually now realising why, like when your papa and all that are looking at like the internet or whatever, and they're like, "What the fuck's going on?" I'm now thinking like, say 30 years from now, even like cunts will be doing. Waynes will be able to do things with AI and that I don't have a fucking clue what it's even saying to me anymore.
Aye.
Came out fucking rocked my shit. Like, I think it was 2 days ago or something, I don't know. It was a picture of a PSP, and it was like, oh, the PSP came out 20 years ago.
Holy shit.
20 fucking year ago.
That's
The
fucked, man.
goat of
Two
consoles,
full
man.
decades, and the PSP was kind of like, it's not like the PSP is an antiquated bit of tech. It would
No.
probably still run games alright.
Aye.
And it came out 20 years ago.
Well, the PSP is just a Switch.
Aye.
Obviously, the Switch goes into the thingy, but it's like it's just a wee portable console.
I was watching the Wayne fucking playing Fortnite on the Switch, man, and I tried like playing with the triggers and all that, man. It's fucking shockingly bad,
Aye.
really hard, really hard.
Well, there's like mobile FIFA and all that now, isn't there, man? Like, there's obviously used to play like
Aye.
FIFA 07 on the
Aye.
PSP. I mean, that was a joke, but like actual on your phone.
Kim, I was actually about to say there when we were talking about like what I was saying about AI and things are just going to go fucking berserk, right? Ken, I seen a thing the other day there. See ChatGPT, Ken, it uses as much electricity as Norwich does, and like I felt like in a year it uses like twice as much as the city of Norwich does. It's something like every 100 words you get it to type out needs like half a litre of water to fucking cool it down because they use like water to like cool the systems that work it and that. So like it's fucking like all the AI stuff currently is another thing that's adding to fucking the planet.
Great.
So
just so that we don't have to think about how to do our essays
or how to wipe our ass.
or how
kid.
to wipe our ass or how to get any answer about anything ever.
It is cooked by the
What was
No,
it?
it's
There was a
getting bad, innit?
What was it? Was it like 5 or 10 years ago? There's been a couple of technologies that came about, and it was like, this is going to change the fucking world, and then it didn't.
Didn't they?
Like VR headsets, like
Aye. Some folk are, see,
like-
there is folk that are in there,
Aye,
but
aye,
see
no,
the
there's cunts that are little
Meta
locked
Quest
in,
and all that
but then
Oculus.
Apple made one fucking they cunt talks about it, like
Aye.
because it's just we're not at the point where it's like actual fucking like what we want.
I
Yet.
don't think
It
we'll
looks
ever get
cool as
there,
shit,
man.
But I don't
Maybe,
know
but-
if we want to be fully locked in like Matrix settings. But I can't remember the example. But somebody was saying how like AI might never actually reach where it's gone. It is at the end of the day just a fucking large language model. It's literally, it just takes all the information off the internet, processes it and gives you stuff. So it's not really actual capable of anything that isn't already on the internet. It's no.
See, if you think about it, all the ideas that folk have had for years is that we'd be living in the time where, like, there would be the future. Do you know what I mean? We're in a time now where 40 years ago they were like, no, there will be robots that are kicking about the streets with folk, and they're either self-driving cars and that, but like, I reckon in 40 years it's probably going to be quite much the same.
It'll be
Because
something.
in the 50s folk are talking about different stuff, and I think there's got to be flying cars and that, and it's like, no much has actually changed since the 50s. Technology's changed, but see, if I throw this phone in the bin, my life is, I still need to go and get a job and get money and feed myself and put the lights on. Like, it's not that different. Do you know what I mean?
The main difference is probably like the over digitization of the world.
It's like communication, innit?
You can't get a job without a phone. Like,
No.
you can't do banking pretty much without having a fucking phone or internet access. Like, everything in the world now is tied to like the internet, whereas it used to be like you would go and do things.
Aye.
Like, you would go and do things.
I think, because I do know what you mean, and it's like, no, nothing that. Like, I guess it's just life is life, but I do also think it's that hard to predict what we will actually need 40 years from now, because like, or like what the new thing will be, because like mobile phones, like I was listening to what's that Rory Sutherland guy that does all the advertising. He was talking about the guy that the shorts, TikToks and all that. You'll definitely get him, smokes the vapes. You've said you've seen him a few times.
I have, aye.
He was talking about when mobile phones first came out and they were they big fat fucking things, man.
Aye.
And he was like, you wouldn't pull that. Like, when phones first, he was like, I got a phone from my work when it was early days, and he's like, I'd be
that guy,
embarrassed
right,
to pull
aye,
it out, because he'd be like,
This guy
country
who talks
lucky.
about
Like,
Red Bull and that, Bradley, the fat guy. No, fat guy, but you know what I mean.
Joke,
so
aye.
he was talking about being embarrassed to pull out a mobile phone and shit like that, and I think just the world changes. And like, see if you watch interviews of Wayne's, there's like a BBC documentary about Wayne's getting asked in the 60s, what do you think the year 2000 or whatever looked like, and it's all this mad shit, and then it turns out, well, it's not actually going to be flying cars, but your fucking dishwasher's going to wash all your dishes for you, and you'll be able to have a toilet that shoots water out your ass and dries it. And so it's like, it's no changed too much, but then it's totally changed, but just in ways that are like, I don't know. It's never going to be, in 100 years from now it's going to be like fucking, I'm just a fucking heat in a glass of water and I'm still alive walking about. But there's going to be shit that we don't even know we need to know that's getting pumped out because of capitalism and that.
I think in the world, when we come up with ideas, we always conceptualise things with the idea that it's got a human involved. So, and then, so let's say like a dishwasher, see in the 60s, somebody might have been like, oh, there'll be a robot that cleans your dishes.
Aye.
But if somebody said, no, there's just going to be a drawer that you put your dishes in, and then water will squirt out it and it'll make them clean, and you take them out and they'll be dry.
So I think technically, actually, but then the world has changed a lot, but it's just like it's even
just
busher.
aye.
There's not even a robot involved. It just
No.
does the thing for you. So
There's no like a humanity to it. It's like
Aye.
but you wouldn't even look at a dishwasher and call it a machine. You just look at it as a dishwasher.
I also think that's another thing that's changed a lot is our brains. See, if you went back 50 years ago, your brain would be completely different. You wouldn't even. You'd struggle to survive because you'd be.
We'd all get locked up, man. I think if we went back, like 50 years, because we'd just be like, our brains are so like fucking used to being stimulated so much, and the way that we all act and go and all that, like we would not fit into culture, like in our time periods at all.
What do you mean I can't transfer you money for that?
I think that's the biggest thing. The biggest thing that's different for the old days, whoever, is that we have like an external, like a phantom socialization. Do you know what I mean? Like, social media doesn't exist. You turn the lights off of the world, it doesn't exist. Your status on your followers, it doesn't actually exist. It's not real. But money, you could say the exact, like, if I go to work for how many hours, somebody in the bank puts in a certain, like, it's actually insane when you think about it. How crazy it is.
One way you could probably
It's
look
just
at it
numbers
is
on a screen.
if society collapses and technology
Fucking
collapses,
physicality.
what actually do we need? What is it? And then it's like, food, water,
Aye.
fucking medicine.
But just go back to when folk used to go,
Like-
well, I've got some coos, and then it's like, well, you've got some corn. Well, you want a coo and I'll take some corn. Like, that's that, do you know what I mean? But there's so many things in between things now,
I
do you know
would
what I mean?
struggle with all the mental stuff. It'd be so different, man. You couldn't
Aye.
just Google something.
We've
if you
took
didn't ken it.
physicality of everything. Everything's online. There's no physical, like, attendance to the world anymore, do you know what I mean? And anything.
Bring back paper and pens.
Actual, but bring
Send-
that back,
send
man.
some
Like,
Ravens,
fuck,
man.
fuck e-signatures, do you know what I
Aye.
mean? Like, let me actual fucking
Oh,
get the
every-
pen and my horn and fucking just write. Like,
Everything's e-signatures and all that, man. It's bad, isn't it, man?
aye, it's pervasive, is what it
Aye.
is. Right, I think we should wrap.
Aye.
Right, because we went on a mad rant there. We'll be back with choke of the week for me and Bradley, and we've got new segments for Callum and Jay. So we'll be back with it, my guys. Back in a minute. Right, we're back. Fucking season 3, episode 1, chokes of the week section. So I think what we should do, we'll pass over. We'll get McKeff and Jay's new segments. So I'll pass to McKeff first, then Jay can go after him.
Whoa.
Yep, and you can introduce what your segment's got to be, right?
Cool.
So McKeff first.
Cool, no bother. Right, so my segment is actually going to be... It's going to be pretty niche. It's going to
Pretty
be pretty
niche.
niche, but we're going to cook with it for a wee bit. It's something I'm very passionate about. It's called the Wu-Tang Clan. Wu-Tang Clan member of the week. Because we're going to have 10 episodes, there's 10...
Oh, the week.
There's 10 official Wu-Tang members. One's dead, one kind of joined a wee bit later on, but he was always on the scene, but he wasn't really on the scene because he was in the jail quite a lot. Shout out Capadonna. But, so I'm going to spin a wheel, I'm going to pick a member each week, and I've already picked the first one. And thankfully it's the worst one, so I can get him at the road, man, because he is shite. He's no shite. He's not a bad rapper, man. But so for those that don't know, the Wu-Tang Clan is a hip hop collective from Staten Island, New York, from the 1990s, and they still kind of going. A lot of them have like a lot of solo projects. It's an interesting kind of group, man. They've all got like this own style, own dynamics, own cool like stuff going on, man. They've got a seminal record called Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers, and then they also had Wu-Tang Forever, the second album, which was phenomenal, incredible stuff. And then they kind of dropped off after that, but we'll get into that when it starts to come round. So the first rapper of this week, so the first Wu-Tang member this week is You God.
You God.
You God, also known as
You
Golden
God.
Arms. Shite. He followed me on Twitter for a while, then unfollowed me. So I've never really forgiven for that. It was back when Twitter was like kind of cool, where you could like actually like talk to your favourite rappers and shit. You could like talk to like see like what Casey Veggies and all that shit was up to, man. But You God did follow me back. I don't know why I followed him in the first place. I've never liked him. Unfollowed me within the week. I was like, fuck you, man. Fuck You God. But not actually fuck You God, because he's still kind of sound, man. So I'll go for my favourite verse from.
Yeah.
So the good thing about You God is he's got like this cool like kind of raspy voice, but he doesn't quite get it out, which makes him kind of shy at the same time. But sorry, I'm kind of cooking a wee bit too hard. The Wu-Tang are actually like.
I'll trust you. I can fuck all but rap, man.
They're actually like the 10 like some of the best rappers that have ever existed, man. Like, and it's mental that they all got in the same studio with each other. and
Probably
all-
his issue is because he's not got like
Well,
like unreal, like everybody's got like classic solo albums. whereas-
well, his issue is that he didn't really get that many verses in the first album, which is their record, because he was in the jail for like firearm possession or something. So he was in the jail, so he was only there for like 2 verses, and one of the verses was like, I think he just like makes like gun noises or some shit, so it's not a real verse. Well, the other verse, oh fuck, I've lost it. It's
How many tabs you got, man?
I've got too many tabs, man.
I
But
can't
he's
do
got,
that. You
so
need a
it's-
cleanse.
So he's got the opening verse on The Mystery of Chess Boxing. If you want to get into the lore of Wu-Tang, there's some good books out there. I'd go in and just read the Wikipedia page, man, because it's deep. It goes like mental. It's all about like kung fu films, and it's all about chess and all that, man. And it's all about numbers and like chambers and all that shit, man. It's fantastic, man. I'm telling you. But so his best verse is raw, I'ma give it to you with no trivia. Raw like cocaine straight from Bolivia. My hip hop will rock and shock the nation like emancipation proclamation. Wild bars, right? That's the best he's ever had. I've been on the forums and that, man, these cunts are like, aye. These cunts are like, aye, he's got a good verse in Knuckleheads on a Raycon song. It's like, nah, it's fucking shite. It's shite. And he's got good verses on Winter Wars and that, man. Ah, it's fucking not for me, man. But yeah, so Wu-Tang member of the week. You God. I'm glad to get him out the road because
Do
he
you
is
like any of them?
oh man, that's the thing. That's the thing. The other 9 of them,
Unreal.
unbelievable. So I'm glad to get him out the road.
Aye, that's fair.
There's a certain week I can't wait for you to get for because I've got a favourite Wu-Tang verse.
Aye.
I only ken one guy.
And I hope when you get to this guy, you pick that verse. Because if you don't, man, do you know? I think you can me anyway. Right?
Well, aye. If it's the initials ID, then I can exactly what you're talking about. We'll get to that.
We'll get there.
So the thing is with you, God, you can't say too much because he didn't really have like a solo career. All the rest of them had like insane solo careers where they were like spitting insane shit, talking, doing mental shit. I'm not going any spoilers, but you, God, didn't have that, and that's fair enough. Sometimes you're just not there.
Sometimes you're just better as part of the collective.
Aye.
And even if you like had like one good verse in the collective, I ain't bother, man.
Well, you took part.
Aye, taking part. Like
The thing is, he will always be a Wu-Tang member. He will always be a
It's better
Wu-Tang
than
member.
probably the majority of rappers that have ever lived.
Aye, 100%. There would have been like 10 like other guys who had been hanging about with him, but didn't get into the group, who were probably still better than him. But they were like, they were probably too into the streets and that, man. Because these guys were like really like on the scene, like on the streets, man, like slinging crack and all that, man. So. They were actually like they were like dealing to crack kids. I mean, he was in jail for having like 1,000,000 guns or something, man. You know what I mean? Like,
following me.
so yeah, if you want to get some good You God business, man, The Mystery of Chess Boxing, which was actually one of the singles off the first album, and it is one of the best ones. The beats mental, but we'll get to the beats later as well because there's a man behind the beats. But yeah, Wu-Tang member of the week, You God, shit name as well. The rest of them are like, I'm not going to. What's the name as well?
You've got time.
Anyway, right, I'll pass on. So that nice short sweet because thank fuck You God, thank God he's out the system. I'm just raging. He just fucking like. Why would you unfollow like a wee guy?
It'll be alright, mate. But no, but alright.
I hope he doesn't watch this, man. I hope we get any backstage passes. I've seen him live, and he was good live, but still shite.
What does... See, now that I'm thinking about it, right, what does You God actually mean? Like, do you think it's like...
It
Because
said-
You dash God.
So you know how I was talking about the numbers thing?
Aye.
So it's to do with numbers. It's something because he's like the 5th member or some shit, and there's something like. Let me try and find it. It did say it's something to do with like the universal God of Allah.
Oh,
Or something
right,
like
that
that.
makes sense then, I guess.
So he's like, I don't even think he's like Muslim or that, man. He's just like spitting those kind of bars, man.
Quickly, just before... Well, you sound as if you were wrapping up, so I hope I'm not interrupting, but see them... They are mental because they're like as if like 10 folk you can would get famous because they are all into like cartoons and comic books and like the martial art films and all that. Like we
like just wee nerds, man.
and you would either wee nerds but
Like-
they're like the hardest. Well, some
Like the actual word just like pals. Well, 2 of them are like cousins. 3 of them are cousins or like uncles and that. They're all like kind of related, but they would just like sit, smoke hash and watch like kung fu films and that, and like it would be like they would just like play chess with each other, like actual just wee nerds just like kicking about in the gaff and that. And then they got famous and then bought a house in the Beverly Hills and it turned into like an absolute, like that was like the house you used to go to for parties and that. Like it turned insane. You should see the MTV cribs, man. There's just like bodies lying up in the gaff and that, man. I think one of them gets like chucked in a pool and all that, man. It's class. But so do your research on the Wu-Tang if you don't know much about the Wu-Tang because it's crazy, man. Like they are wild. But yeah.
I choke for it.
Class,
I'm excited to hear the more positive ones as well.
No, we're gonna. Do you know? I'm glad we'll get a wee short, sweet one with You God, because fuck them, and then we'll get like when Ghostface Killer comes up, man. I'll be here for a hour. I mean, be here for a decade. But I'll pass on, man.
Sweet.
Me?
Sweet. Yep, you.
Aye.
Right, I'm
Introduce your
dropping the
bat.
severe. After I get that out of my system, I'll be dropping severe heat, right? So the 3 sentence context is in first and second year of uni I took philosophy modules, and now I'm in third year and I'm also doing a philosophy module, but it's specifically to do with film philosophy, so that whet my already bush appetite for philosophy. Aye.
Dripping your beak.
So I've decided to do philosopher of the week, which unlike Callum's, which kind of fits nicely because there's like 10, so it's like he gets to like rank them and all that. I'm kind of just out here going like I'm just going to pick one because there's probably a trillion of them or something.
Aye.
So I'm going to butcher this cunt's name, but fuck it, we're here today because we're Scottish.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to paint the picture of 300 BC to you, because let me tell you about 300 BC, right?
I'm here.
It's like 250 years before Rome's an actual empire, and they're kind of knocking the door of Great Britain. 250 years before that. I'm talking we're still running about in skirts and fucking begging to the fucking gods of the trees or whatever the fuck. We're worse than Game of Thrones. We're kind of like Game of Thrones
Aye.
kind of things going on.
We're worshipping the sun and the moon and that.
And like I think what's he called, Alexander the Great, was that his name, has just kind of like slinging dick in Egypt, so that's kind of what's happening. So Rome isn't even a thing. Rome is a thing, but it's not an empire. So
Aye.
this is how long ago this is. BC, 300 BC.
So
That's
just
fucking
that's
for the comedy, right?
2,300 year ago. Aye.
there was a guy, or was there? Because some folks say he's not real. 'Cause there's
Like
no,
Shakespeare.
there's no evidence of him.
Joke.
Shakespeare's sister. Anyway,
The folk think that Shakespeare's more folk or a woman or no real at all.
Shakespeare's
Right.
sister. Anyway, his name is Zhuang. I think
What's the
properly
spelling on that?
ZHUANG something. And you meant to say, I think you meant to say it like Zhuang Chu or something, like if you were properly trying to pronounce it like they did, but
They
I'll
do
just
like
call
a
him
chu.
Zhuang Zhu.
Where
and-
is it Chinese?
Aye, he's Chinese. So somebody can fucking correct me anyway. I'll commit it with the Scottish and I'll just say Zhuang Zhu or that guy. Right.
Let's go.
Thank you.
So he started a thing called Taoism, which is I done like a that was that thing I done like the generator for the spirituality I wanted
Yeah.
to be, and that was the number one thing that the think I should try and get into because it makes me sense with the shit that aligns with me.
It's touching grass vibes.
Aye, it is touching grass vibes. So his whole basic model was, I have took some notes, so I'm going to need to look at them, but his basically model was float through life kind of thing. He was of the belief that because humans only think about things in like good and bad and stuff like that, we miss the actual point of we're just basically a bit of grass. So we love to put names on everything good and bad, but really the universe is just going to do what the universe does, and do we have much of a say? I don't know, man. So the one you might have heard, which is like his kind of famous thing, is, have you heard about the butterfly thing? He dreamt he was a butterfly, maybe.
I've heard that.
Maybe.
So that's this guy. So he had a dream one night he was a butterfly.
I'm
kicking
sure I
about,
watched a YouTube video on this guy.
doing butterfly things, right? And he woke up and he thought to himself in the morning, am I a guy that dreamed I was a butterfly, or am I a butterfly dreaming that I'm a guy?
Joke. Unbelievable
Because
joke.
I mean, what the fuck would you even ken? Like if you can dream you're a butterfly and feel your wings flapping and all that, I mean, could a butterfly dream there's a guy sitting on a couch doing a podcast? Maybe no, but I mean, maybe.
Maybe aye.
300 BC, this cunt saying this. I mean, what on earth is that?
He'd make crack here, man.
I know, he'd be actual fucked. What was the thing I wrote down? Something about so the king at the time, sorry, like offered him a job and says, no, we need a cunt like you that's this kind of like smart fucking guy that can stuff, can kind of help me control the masses or whatever. And I think he just laughed at the king and said, no, I'm no fucking, I ain't being your fucking, I ain't
Skivvy.
being your motherfucker, I'm not being your skibbity Riz fucking toilet guy, man. Anyway, right. So he believed that reality is uncertain, controls an illusion, and the best ways to live is like water, effortless and adaptable.
Fucking
Just
right.
flow.
Aye, and just flow with it, man. Go with the flow.
My guy's a hippie, man, but 2,300 years ago, I'm for it.
I'm getting for that.
So I think one of the reasons folk don't think he's real is obviously because there's any bones or shit like that. All there is this one book where he was just spitting all these mad bars. So folk are like, is he real? Is he no real? That kind of fucking thing.
Do you know the name of the book?
I think the book is his name, Zhangji or Zhangshi, whatever. However you want to say this guy's name.
Have you got the book?
No, I don't have the book, but fuck.
Jake, you'll read it if you get a chance.
Man.
Defo.
Aye, because apparently another thing about him is he's a wee bit of a practical joker in that. I think what was that guy called, the other philosopher? Was it Confucius? Is that in there? Anyway,
He is.
there was an philosopher, right? And basically, this guy's students were mourning the death of that Confucius, and I think he came in and laughed at him and said, "Why he's fucking mourning somebody dying? Death's just a part of life." I think he was known as like a humorous prankster kind of guy, as well as being like, "Oh, let's just fucking like salt of the earth" kind of stuff. And he was like, "I'll just let the fucking birds and bees fucking munch at me when I drop."
So he's like an almost optimistic nihilist kind of.
Aye, like he kind of like the Buddha Zen kind of guy, but also I guess it is a wee bit kind of bleak. Just saying,
because whenever I think of like Taoism, I always think about Buddhism being its kind of cousin,
aye,
being in
kinda
a similar bracket kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
I think when that king guy offered him a job, he said there's some cold barry spot, which is like, have you ever seen like a turtle shell in a palace? Because I have, and it's like hung to the wall, dead and lifeless. I would rather be the turtle that's wiping its ass and fucking about in the muck and be alive than be this thing that's in a castle that's like hung up and dead. I don't know, man.
My guy was spitting balls,
man wasn't willing to sell his soul to the devil just to get paid.
I'm
So
like that.
Aye, I've not done that much deep reading that I ken everything, but that butterfly one is kind of one of his gist, and that main thing where he's like, all humans can do is put names and stuff on things. We think we're so separate from nature, but I mean, we kind of know.
We still live and die, innit?
Aye, we still live and die.
We still
and
shit
now
our
we've just got to a
breeches.
point where we're on iPhones and shit, but it's like skinned apes. He's kind of connected to the skinned ape angle. Like, aye, so that's why I thought he was a nice one to ease his.
No, that's good. That's
because
good.
he's like no saying anything that's too fucking like whoa, chill out, man. Like
it's quite nice.
Maybe he had some air fucking, maybe had some like weird takes and that, but that's basically him, man. Philosopher of the week.
Philosopher of the week.
And maybe some weeks I'll be going fucking with bush cats.
I was thinking a Nietzsche or is it Schopenhauer, man? What you a Schopenhauer, man? What, just want to kill ourselves a bit class?
Aye. Well, hopefully not.
I guess what does it matter? No.
No, you're a bit of grass floating down the river. Like, just live your life.
No, that's class, man.
So
I'm excited for
stay tuned if I ever end up fucking dipping into that Taoism stuff, man.
Do you know it's weird? See the way you described the guy. I was watching a video earlier about Bong Joon-ho. It was specifically about Snowpiercer. Because a lot of folk think it's shite.
What?
Right, they kind of miss
folk at the front of the fucking train. That's who, man.
I think
that's who fucking think that, man.
Because a lot of folk put logic brain on it apparently, where they're like perpetual motion or this and that.
Why is the train still going round?
The guy's argument was that it's a fable. It's no meant to be reality. It's meant to be like something that just reflects reality. It's like like a grim tale and stuff. Aye, or fucking. Willy Wonka and all that shit. Like
fantasy?
It's like fantasy shit. It's no sci-fi. Like it is sci-fi, but it's no actual. Like it's no meant to be like the future. It's meant to be like an alternate world kind of thing. Anyway, Bong Joon-ho. When the guy was describing him, was like, oh no, he's got this like ability to show like reality and like the world and folk interacting, but then like he'll have something really serious and then just undercut it with like a fucking stupid joke or like a cunt falling air and
because another thing about him was in that book or whatever, or in some of his writings, he would have like, it would almost be like Alice in Wonderland. He would have talking animals and mystic sages, and they would be like that kind of thing, you know.
I don't know. There's something that you were saying was just tickling that same bit that I was listening to earlier, and I was like, "Ken, maybe Bong Joon-ho has been channeling that energy."
I wonder if it's like a Korean thing.
Because
I feel like
it's Chinese, Asian thing.
It could be like that. It could be that kind of thing where it's like just that's what they're kind of what would be like their solar sort of who they
Aye.
because. That thing I was saying about I'm just going to like that was he was planning for his funeral and he turned around and said I'm just going to whack the birds to eat me, and all his students were like, what the fuck do you want, like buried or like this great like ceremony thing? He's like, no, I just want it flung in the bin, like just fuck me in the bin and forget about me. But
No,
and then
mate,
when
I
I was
did.
saying that Confucius died, he was celebrating like why he's fucking greeting about him dying, like we should be celebrating. I think he came into his students playing the drums or something, maybe just like yes, great time. Death is a thing that happens. So anyway,
It's kind of mad. Like, see, I don't think we really think about it, but like, see, like East Asia, like ancient China, like proper, like old school
Aye.
China, they were like a way ahead of like time, like and like kind of thought.
aye.
Like we go on about like the Enlightenment period, which was like what 300 years ago. He's talking 2,300 years ago.
Aye.
And
That
it's
guy's
like,
cooking.
like he's actually like writing in like it's obviously like different language and shit, but he was like thinking of like modern like thoughts. You know what I mean?
Modern sensibilities kind of thing.
Like
But
the whole East is like did that well before us. It's almost like when you look at like what Africa was doing as well, like they brought like numbers and shit into the world. It's like Europeans actually didn't do much, man.
Aye,
They just
'cause
kind
that
of
was-
pillaged,
they
man.
just stole whatever the fuck they
When
wanted.
they
when
just
I
made
was
up
talking-
them,
when I was
pretended they
talking
made up
about,
themselves.
when I was talking about Rome, there I was like, right, let me Google what was happening in the UK at that time just so that I can. And it's like it's like pagan Celtic fucking. You've got your skirt, you've got your fucking skirt when eating shite, like
Praying to Odin and shit,
yeah,
man.
aye, like it's really like fuck all was
Basic,
happening there here. Like well, historians
Well,
would maybe
when was
argue, but like
fucking-
to me it wasn't as interesting as what was happening there.
Aye.
Aye, man, they're like growing opium in that, man. Do you know what I mean? They're going tonto over
I
there.
They
don't
are
know.
cooking.
But the number 300 BC in my head doesn't compute. I don't know. I don't get how he was talking about being a butterfly. I just
Aye, it's absolutely
It's
insane,
so
man.
strange. This is like kind of unrelated, but also like how we've just all universally accepted that that's how we like kind of think about time. Like 2,000 years ago, like we use BC and AD or whatever,
Aye.
and we just like well, obviously it's part of our culture and how we're fucking raised and how we learn it and all that. But like it's almost like that's the hard cap for like all right, the world tech actual started here. Like and before that seems outlandish.
as if it's like cavemen,
Like not-
but it's
aye,
not.
Aye, but it's not
Non-human.
Like the whether Jesus was real or no or fucking whatever else. Like humans fucking were there for a long time before Jesus was.
Aye, like there was societies and like patriarchies before Jesus
Aye,
Christ
aye,
was
there
even
was
thought of, man.
so much. Aye, like and obviously with day, I think it's just when you put it like that, and then you start hanging about it and like 300 years before Jesus, man. That's mental. And it's like the Neanderthals were kicking it 30k a year ago, man.
Aye.
And Europe, like they were kicking about, man.
Slinging dick.
I've been watching videos about Neanderthals, man. Ken, they were on average 5'5", and they were built, man. Like they were
beast, man.
so strong.
They have really big backs and that.
Aye, like they were wide and fucking
I
super
don't know
strong.
if it was Extinct Zoo or it was somebody else. It might have been
North
somebody else.
O2 does videos on it. I don't know if you've seen him, but he's peak.
I went through a stage, but in fact it wasn't it. I don't think it was Extinct Zoo. There's a guy that has a YouTube channel that I think might be based on some of this stuff, and I got addicted to it, and it was a bit odd. Talking about like cavemen folk, and it was explaining the different species and all that, and it was like an hour
Homo
video.
habilis and that, man.
You're like, what in the fuck? And they're all just fucking and killing, and then there's like when they're coexisting, and oh fuck, man.
Pure peak, man. There was because there was actual. That's like before Jesus. No, there was different tech. Don't know. We're all humans technically, but there was actual different
like
species.
Homo,
There was different fucking ones all kicking about. They all had their own specific things. Now there's just us left.
Aye.
That kind of gives me the fear. A wee
Like
bit,
it's
man.
just us. It's like aye, we're the victors in that. Like,
And,
but
and now there's like there'll be millions and millions of cunts that are arguing and fighting, probably warring, because some cunt said something on a black box that they keep in their pocket.
aye.
Mental.
One unrelated point that I wanted to hang in as well is just something I don't know why this crossed my head today, but I was like, see the cunts that are like maced against immigration and fucking racist and all that. On the whole, the cunts that spout mace to that shit don't have jobs. Like, and I don't know why that it came through my head, but I was just like, it is, but innit? Like, see, like it's on the. I don't know. It was sat in my head, and I was just
Aye.
like, the amount of cunts that don't have jobs that just moan about air cunts, and it's like, you want to fucking do your bit, no?
Aye.
Aye, man.
It's-
do not
it's
get
still-
dirty,
It's
man.
fearing the man in the mirror, man. That's what it is.
That's what I was going to say. Fearing themselves, but we've always said people fear what they don't understand.
Aye.
So as soon as somebody sees somebody that they don't ken coming from a different place, see, as soon as you have a conversation with somebody from anywhere, if you're nice, 99% of the time it reflects. Do you know what I mean? Folk are alright.
I think the,
Do you know what I mean?
the theory is that, like, see if we were to get invaded by aliens, like, that would just cure racism, because then it's like we've actually got this extraterrestrial that we all hate.
Aye.
Oh, we're now scared of this guy, so like we would just like band together as like a human race
It's mad that we
to beat
can't.
these guys.
We just can't do that.
I'm mad that it would take that.
Aye, that it would
We have
take
to
it.
go this
It's
far.
Because folk would have to put their own morals, values, and like their revenge tragedies in their own lives up to the side. They'd have to be a bigger person, because like if somebody's dad or their grandfather or their ma or whatever was in a war and somebody from somewhere else killed their ma or their dad or whatever, you're gonna hate they folk because you'll just assume they're all like that. But that's not how the world works.
Well, Kim, what I'm doing to say fuck these folk and I don't care. I will be finning a week or two where it's a woman philosopher, not just to fuck them. I can't do that.
No, I
Because
get it.
obviously I've started off with that guy for China, so because it'd be so easy just to do 10 white guys with
Aye,
beards, but
10 white Europeans.
then you're not
Aye.
really getting the gist.
10 Greek guys.
Aye, you could do 10 Greek guys, but then you would only be getting one specific.
10 Greek
angle.
guys just gone, don't care. It's alright.
Nah, that's a joke, but
So he's kicking about when Plato and Aristotle were kicking about. Anyway, Zhuang, whatever.
Oh, were they counting at the same time then?
Aye.
Fuck, man.
That's wild.
So he's OG in the game, man. He
he had
could,
skin in it.
aye. Like he could be on your. If he was on your Mount Rushmore of philosophers, I probably wouldn't argue with you. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, Zhuang should get you.
Ah, choke, man, right.
Choke.
We'll go to Bradley for his choke of the week
Aye.
then. Spare fucking give me a wee bit of time.
Well, I guess mine's can kind of slide down the Taoist river.
Slide down it, baby.
'Cause
I'm waiting at the bottom for you.
my choke of the week is obviously, I think I've said in the previous episode, I'm ball deep in this Game of Thrones, man. See these books, I'm watching the TV show with Lauren. Oh my god, man, it's peak. And like, I just find myself getting lost in it, and I've never been a book guy, I've never been a bookworm. I have moments, phases, stages, whatever you want to call it. But I'm in there, man. And there's obviously a lot of like political stuff in Game of Thrones, because it's all the kings and the queens trying to battle out for whatever while there's an air war going on. But then George R.R. Martin builds such a cool world where it's like he gets all these interesting folk for these different places like Flea Bottom and King's Landing, which is like the Kunso area where the king stays or whatever. But like there's characters that can't read and all that. So like one of the characters is Sir Davos Seaworth, who's an actual tap choke. And then it got me thinking like, holy fuck, imagine I couldn't read. And then it got me thinking again, how lucky I am that I grew up in a place in the world where all I had to do was go to school and just listen, and I got taught how to read, and then I get to learn about this whole new world and pick up a book. And then I was like, name that reads anymore, we don't read. Like we go online and we read things and we read comments and that, but like we all just take it for granted. And it just got me choking, like how it's just got me really like a lot of gratitude for being in a place where I can do that, where I can read.
Get a fucking joke, man. You just went and spat some serious fucking
It's a bit,
heat there.
a ramble, but
It only makes me laugh just because it's like it's cool that it's appreciative. It seems almost absurdist because we're also used to just like this is just like reading, like knowing how to read. I mean,
how
like,
ridiculous is that?
Aye.
But there is like there'll be millions and millions of folk that don't know how to read.
I think
Do you know what I
that's
mean?
one thing that, like, why I actually do need to get a fucking grip is because there's cunts out there, right? You see, if you meet somebody who's got a disability, like they're missing a leg or that, they'll be like, why are you no...
I running every day. folk that can't see,
And
they're
then
like,
you're like,
why are you
then
not
you're like,
outside
hold on, I
looking
mean,
at the trees, like whatever?
Aye. Like, I couldn't climb a ladder. I could climb a tree if I wanted to, and I don't
You could get a mountain.
touch
do you know what I mean?
grass, baby. You can climb a tree and I don't do it. Why no?
You don't actually realise what
Who
you...
decided?
It is mental, man. I think in that as well, kind of touching on no having legs. Not some of the characters that come in, man. They've like they're blind and all that, and they have to like adapt to the world around them because they've lost something. And I'm just like, Ken, how lucky I ken it's a book, but like, Ken, how fucking lucky I am. I've got 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes. Like, do you know what I mean, man? I'm just trying to hit that gratitude, man.
One ball.
I'm hitting that gratitude.
6
one
days.
ball.
How you in the barn?
4 teeth.
4 teeth, 7 pubes. but I know I'm choking for it, man, and I'm very grateful that I can read.
See this going through the Game of Thrones book, is this going to get you to choke to start like reading like incessantly all the time?
I
Is
think
this going to get you going?
well, see, I think what's happened is that I got the books, I started them, but I've not been on social media. Obviously, we've got the TikToks, but I don't have any notifications on. But I've not got Instagram, Twitter, X, Facebook. So like, it's kind of took care of my like scroll time. Do you know what I mean? So if it's quiet in my work, I'll maybe read a chapter between doing stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, not all the time, but
Well,
it's
let
like-
me be the guy that tells you you're insanely lucky to be able to do that. Because if I get caught reading in the corner of my work, I'd be fucking in the office in seconds, man.
see, to be fair, it was the weekend today, so it's quiet. But
Lucky
um,
you.
But I even just it's like became my downtime, whereas it used to be. And it's not that you don't. I'll still go on One Football and I'll read about football and transfers and that kind of stuff. I still do go on my phone. It's just it's kind of changed the way I've looked at things.
What's probably helped you know is because you watched the show and you're watching it again now, so you kind of had an angle in, and now you're like, oh no, there's like more to my joke.
There's so much, man.
So
it's,
maybe
it's like getting a DLC for a game you feel loved
Aye.
back in the day, man.
It's crazy. There's so much. There's just so much lore, man. And like, I think once you kind of jump in that pool, man, and then if you're watching the TV show,
Aye.
like you've got the images of folk in your head, and that, but there's so many characters on in the TV show, so then you're like choking because like it's so different and so. It's just.
Game what it is, you've packed a road to the final player in FIFA and they've got an upgrade, but I want to ken if you could maybe start some Evos. because or maybe what you need to do, maybe after this you could read Dune or something.
Aye.
Dune.
Well, I've got a list. I'd want to read Dune. I'd want to read like Lord of the Rings. I'd want to read fucking. I'd like to fucking read War and Peace at some point. Like, I'd want to get there. Charles
Aye.
Dickens.
Kevin
I've never
Punishment.
been there.
One step at a time.
Came when it was with the Game of Thrones. I was sitting at my another project, and then I got the books from the Hun and stuff like that. I'll get them back once I've read them. But I was like, I need to fucking read these, man. They're right there. But like I don't really read fiction. Like I've read money books and I've read stuff about
Aye.
fucking CBT and I've read stuff about like psychology and stuff like that. But I've no I've never been a fiction reader because I've always been like, but what am I getting for it? But I'm getting so much more out it because like, don't know, like the characters are like, I don't know, Jon Snow's pure brave, and you're like, maybe I can be fucking brave today. Like it's inspiring the way a TV show can be, or a film, and I think it's became like a new media for me. Do you know what I mean?
I think that's what makes like fiction so good, is because you can identify it on like a level that you're not really realising that you're identifying with it. So like talking about like Jon Snow's doing like
Kenny's the goat,
something.
man. No, he actually is,
But it's
man.
like when you read like the non-fiction books, it's just like telling you something, and it's like good knowledge. Like you pick it up, but it's more like a human, personal level when you read fiction. Like if you're reading about someone who experiences loss, like you can like relate yourself to that in a way
Aye.
without you even realising it, and it gives you that sense of like
I think I was saw that reading needed to be like this task for me to become more clever or something like that. It wasn't for something for me to enjoy. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, and I think what the angle actually should be is you should be reading to make yourself more human.
Aye. That's
rather than make
a
yourself
very good
smarter.
sense.
You should just be more,
Aye.
you should just be more a human than
Because think how many books there is out there where folk have invented these characters, these worlds, spent years, their entire lives coming up with these different things, stories to be told, and they just sit like fucking in a cupboard somewhere, and you're like, fuck, like, there's a whole world in there. And see, once you open it up, like, it's mental. It can take air, like, it's absolutely crazy. And I feel like what I'd imagine, like a wee boy at like 10 who's just read like the first like one of the Harry Potter books or something, do you know what I mean? And he's became so engrossed with this idea of what reading is. I've never been like a lover of reading, but I'm loving reading the now, do you know what I mean? And I'm hoping it keeps it going.
Do you know what you
on,
should do?
I'm on like the third of the seven books, so I'm kind of choking that I'm going through it, but at the same time I'm fear it's going to go. Do you know what I mean? Because there's so much to come.
And then 6 months from now, you've not turned to page 1 since Game of Thrones, and you're sitting going, I used to fucking read, man. I was a reader at a point, man.
Do you know what I mean?
You should get a library card, brother.
There's a library down the road, so
Get a wee library card, man.
Were you
Get
not
in
talking
there.
about that not that long ago? Did you go?
I went one time.
Aye.
Didn't take any books out, never went back. I just sat in the library for like half
But you
an hour.
also recently been on a kind of journey similar to that.
Aye, with audiobooks, the 60 hours on fucking thingy, aye.
No, fuck, man.
Put the numbers in. It was good, but I like hearing the book. I prefer somebody to tell me like what happens in a book, like, and read snippets than
Aye, they read the full thing.
because like even see by the time that 60 hours was done, I didn't get that like closure. Like the story ended and like
Aye.
the two main characters come the end. Like, aye, right, well, the universe is dead, whatever. Right, cool. But like it never gave me like I was right in it, but it never made me like pure ganting for the next thing. So it never.
Aye.
It was like an experience that I had to finish because I started it and I liked it enough, but it wasn't like I will eventually listen to the Dune audiobooks or read. Nah, I'll not read it. I'll listen to it. I'll listen to it eventually when I get my fucking Spotify files back. That's what I'll do. But I respect that. I like the thing about reading.
I thought, but doing the audiobooks, but I just find like I've listened to audiobooks before, but like I listened to Matthew McConaughey's memoir, man, it's so good, man. Listen to it, it's good. Green lights, don't joke. But like because it's like again, it was like him just telling his story about his life. It felt like I could listen to it. I feel like with a fictional book, you have to like I don't know to read it. Like you have to. It's the only thing that can be a focus. Whereas I like could drive or I could go a walk or I could be anywhere listen to Matthew McConaughey tell me about him batting somebody in a tribe in Africa. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
I was able to do that. Like I was at work all day and just had the audiobook on in the car driving about and it was fine. Like, but I think that's why I like the audiobooks. It's so that I can do something else.
aye.
Because I need to do something else so that my ears stay tuned.
Aye.
I think you've got that thing I go, and I don't know if I've got rid of it yet. I might need, if I've not, definitely need to, but maybe I have, who knows. That we read, think, we don't think it's going to make us maybe necessarily better than folk, maybe we do, but we think it's going to make us smarter and better than that. I honestly think about what I just said to you, but you just need to read to be more normal, sort of. Like,
Aye.
but don't use it as like a thing of, I'm going to all of a sudden be fucking smarter, because at the end of the day, you're still you.
I think I looked at reading as a tool for ages, that it was like research for life or whatever. Like it was like it has to be about learning, but like you learn by experience. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Like, and I've always said, like, if I watch a film, it always feels like researching it. But I don't watch films like I'm researching it. I watch films like I'm experiencing it. So reading this book is like
Should
I'm
be experiencing it.
experiencing Game of Thrones. Do you
It's
know what I
also
mean?
where we're from in the
That's
world.
what I was going to say.
You're not respected to read here. And they can't get
it's
that
also
fuck, man.
hard to say I read without like the
Aye.
chewing the fat meme where it's like do you?
Like,
Aye.
like nobody in our family really reads. Like that's
No.
like nobody
No.
really, and that's why. Whereas there's families where everybody's a reader, and everybody that they know reads.
And
Constant
I
for fun.
If I have children, I'd like them to be more like that. And it's like I love like films and music and TV shows and stuff like that. We grew up with that, and I'm very thankful for that kind of culture. It's built a lot of our personality, my personality, whatever. But I'd like to be. I'd like
I
them
have
to be
been
married.
definitely coming over some massive hurdle into it because my dad read all my life and has read mountains of books and I've never been able to do it, man. Never.
It's quite. I think you
And
just
I
need to
think
find what you
I
like.
think with uni, I've now crested over a wave where I'm like, no, I can't actually do this.
Aye.
Because I think before uni, I was just like, I'm a fucking idiot. But now I'm like, well, I'm an idiot, but I'm also kind of a smart idiot. You know what I mean? Like my
Capable idiot.
Aye.
like
I think it just needs to be what you're interested. Because I think in my head it's like, oh, I need to read these books because these are the ones that make you smart. I need to read fucking Meditations by Marcus
And
Aurelius
that's-
because then I'll be smart.
Aye.
And it's like, no, but like, do you actually care about it? Do you actually give a fuck?
That's why so many of my books that I've bought, I'm like, I'm never going to read them because now I've just bought them and fuck because I thought I was going to be
you need
smart.
to, you need to care, innit? Like, it needs to
Whereas-
be like, it needs to serve you.
when I read that fucking William the Stoner book that Alfred Molina done the audiobook for, and it was just a full story of this guy's life that went from being a farmer that had nothing to being a teacher at a school and just all about his life. I was like, right.
I'm in the juice, man.
So it Disney need to be fucking some cunt trying to tell me the 12 steps how to fix my life, or about fucking addiction, or about oh man, you'll shoot yourself if you don't do this and this and this and this.
Aye. Gun ear he'd reading. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I don't do this, everything's going to go wrong.
That's maybe part of that modern culture thing. See, like, where you go and reels and it's all about cunts hustling and making the most of your day and being uber fit and being everything else. So then you attribute that to stuff that you should just enjoy.
Well, I think you're right, Neil, and he did. I think it's like we're trying to hustle leisure. I think just the last few years of my life, like, I've spent too much time trying to fix myself rather than enjoy my time, enjoy myself. And I think that's part of getting older. Was it you I was speaking to about, like, when folk, or was it you, me and you, Jay, we were speaking about when folk become 30, that's when they start to accept it.
It was me.
We were speaking there was a
Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro was talking about once he turned 30, he'd accepted that, like, all the shit that you're worried about in your 20s and you're trying to achieve, actually it's about just trying to be alright, because you've got to do it anyway. I think I'm hitting not quite that, like, I'm still fucking got a monkey in my back or a gorilla on my fucking back about doing something in my life, but I'm trying to enjoy the small things, whatever the fuck that is.
Because I think what he said was, he was like, I was so worried in my teens, 20s, late 20s, and then I woke up one day I was 30 and it's like, oh. What the fuck have I been worrying about, man? Like,
because I could spend fucking 6 hours a day worrying about where I am or what I'm doing or money or what all these different. But see, if I just put my head in that book and I go through on a page, I don't think about anything else but that world. And I'm like, so what actually serves me?
You've definitely got into something here, because you were the sluttiest for that. Like,
I can hit it hard, man.
12
grind
steps on how to die, the grind set, fucking, this will change your life. Read 100 pages of this and never go back to your old life. That kind of thing, you were primed and ready
I've
for
been there
that.
since I was 13, man, but you can't hustle
And so
leisure, man.
you just need to read, and fuck it, man.
Aye. And I think naturally, if you, like, without it being an ego thing, without it being I'm doing this to feel smart, you'll naturally become better at anything you do the more you do anything. Like, experience builds experience. Like, do you know what I mean? It builds knowledge anyway.
Hi, man, let's find some books about aliens shagging, man. Fuck it.
Do you know?
What would be wrong with a wee story about a fox that just kicks about the woods or something?
See, 150 years ago, but the only form of media was books, like, and music, like live music.
Aye.
Like, that was like all your media in newspapers. That was it. Like, so, like, there was a time where that was just the default. It's like
it's crazy, innit? And I think now that we've got Google and social media and all these different tools to help us learn things, we don't look at books the same way, because, like, there is, like, you could watch a YouTube video and you could learn how to clean a washing machine rather than reading a book about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could.
Aye, that's probably serves a part. Aye,
you could watch a YouTube video that talks about the entire, like, Game of Thrones series, but you don't get it if you're not reading the thousands of pages and the words and the characters and see what's going to happen.
I think
it is different.
I think that's
you know what
one thing I feel quite a lot is why I'm, like, sometimes what I read me is because I watch a YouTube video and I'm like, that was fucking good, and then half an hour later you could quiz me on it and I'd be like, maybe.
Because you know the basics about anything. Do you know what I mean? You can watch a YouTube video and know the basics about it. And the more you watch YouTube videos on the basics of stuff, the more you can. Do you know what I mean? Because there's so much knowledge about anything. But I think, like, and I'm obviously just speaking about Game of Thrones specifically, but if it's the same with books or with learning anything, knowledge about anything, then if you've, like, experienced that thing page by page, word by word, it's gonna be in there more than a YouTube. At least for me, that might just be how my brain works. So, do you know what I mean? So
we're all so bad about talking about things and then no doing it and just being like, fucking. So if you just keep grinding away at it,
aye.
Bye. If you can read and enjoy it. Enjoy it. Spread the good reading word. Aaron, what's your choke of the week?
So my choke of the week is just going to be the train home after boozing, and and specifically Glasgow, but I suppose regardless of where you're from, if you have to get a train somewhere and you go and booze and then you get the train back, you can what the trains are like,
carnage, man.
They're fucking mad. So the one I was on yesterday, obviously I was like, I must have had 4 double vodkas, 2 vodkas, and then we went and bought 4 pint of Stella to come back with. We fucking walked the entire length of the train twice until there was 2 seats. We found 2 seats. It was like there was ones kind of nestled and we'd walked right by them and then fucking up and down whatever. I ended up, went to the toilet and there was some guy standing at the fucking doors, and obviously if you ken what I'm like when I'm half cut and that, I will just fucking walk up to cunts and just start asking their life story and all that.
Oh yes.
This cunt looked like he was a bit awkward looking, but like he didn't like harmless looking. And I was asking him what he was up to and all that, and I was like, oh mate, you want a can of Stella and that? And he was like, nah mate, I know, I'm just getting him to play some games and shit. And I was like, alright, so he wasn't obviously on it. Went and sat back down. There's a group of women sitting, spin my head round. There's like a woman lying in the flare and somebody's shouting, has MD got a bag? Has MD got a bag? No, a bag of gear. A bag to be seeking. And the woman came up to me and like she pretty much crawled like her towards me, and she was like, oh, have you just got a bag? Like, I feel sick. And I was like, no, but you want a can of Stella? And she was like, no. And then like her pal heard me, was like, I'll take a can of Stella. So her pal fucking bumped a can of Stella, and I was sat and drank her Stellas, and it was just like, see the ambient noise on a fucking like on like a 9 p.m. train back.
That 9 p.m. it's either the last train or the second last train back to Kelly is absolutely fucking crack,
crazy, man. And like every cunt's fucking, and there's cunts all like cunts all walks, man, and all necks smelling all
like cunts just harmlessly try to get home for their work and they're fucking trapped in this fucking tuna fucking tin with all these folk, man.
There is fucking bodies all over the place as well, man.
Aye. And cunts get up and they're all mixing like it's a nightclub, the way they're all fucking getting.
Ken, no offence to you, but see if I was like that guy, I'd have hated to see you coming. He was just there and he's like, I just need to get my head down, man, and no make eye contact.
He wasn't even sitting. He was just standing at the door because he was like, I am just off at the next stop, and I was like, right, well, I'm going to bend your lug for 5 minutes.
It's so strange, isn't it? Because when you're drinking, you actually in your head you're like, no, this is the best idea ever. We're going to choke. We're going to have a conversation. But see if you're in there, end it, man. Some drunk cunt comes up to you, you're like, aye, just waiting. It depends on the person. To be fair, because you can have it.
I was sober enough that I knew that the guy was like fine with it. Almost like he just appreciated somebody talking to him. He didn't look like somebody that many folks spoke to. Like, if that, like, in the least offensive way possible. But he was sound enough, and then like obviously the women were all fucking steaming, rolling about the flare and that, and you're like, Ken, man. Like actual 40-year-old women all just like sat in the flare once on their back and that, like
they different, man.
Who's got a bag, man? Middle-aged women are fucking cracked, man.
They're goats, man. They're dons. They're cracked, man.
They're so big.
See if you go to a pub or anything and there's a group of like 5 or 6 like 40 plus year old, they're having a good time. Always shouting and woo.
I go to the last train
Fair
home
play.
from Glasgow not that long ago. I think it was last week, and it was after the WWE was on in Glasgow. So there was just one of those wee guys running about in the streets. John Cena. Man, I was like, what the fuck, man? Just wee boys running about doing things, shouting things like, aye, fuck. And I was like, that's cooked, man.
And I need to drop an honorary mention for the train up as well, but because like the train up. There's always a sense of anticipation on the train up. Like we had a can of 4 Loco each. We both had our pink lemonade vapes, sitting fucking puffing the vapes and drinking a 4 Loki. It was so good. Didn't they have a fag off the train? Sadly, we've spoke about fags off the train that before.
Man.
Too good. When we get a disco night out, we'll fucking hang it. Post it in the socials, and then cunts can fucking come and bother us.
Aye, there, go for it.
Dude, but that's you getting that good
Getting that fat train, man.
It's so good.
Home now.
It's so good.
We have actually mythologized that beyond belief. That
we
is
have.
like, I just that. Oh wow, oh baby.
So good.
It used to be, it was the boat like Echo Falls, man. Then I thought after train. See that
I got your
disco,
lips talking,
that disco night out, man. I'm telling you, we might need to have an Echo Falls a
Echo
piece,
Falls,
man. I'm
wow,
telling you,
fags
man.
each.
I swear to God, I used to drink them all the time, and I kind of got used to
Aye, like the level.
You wouldn't be wrecked. It would just
No,
tea,
but you'd
tea
get
at night.
good, aye.
I think now if I drank one, I'd be fucking all
I
over
think
the
I'd
place,
do
man.
all over the
What
place.
is it? Is it bad day to buy Marlboro Gold? It
Wow.
would be, man. Bad day to be any sort of cigarette,
It
man.
would be bad day to be a cunt's pair of lugs on that train with us, man. They fucking Echo Falls.
Too right. There is, but there's like on the way up, 100%, because you see air cunts are doing the exact same thing, like they're geeing themselves
it's
up
so good,
to go
man.
up. But the train was pretty dead on the way up, so it was. But I just sitting. A 4 Loco is also probably like the perfect amount of buzz. By the way, like see, it's like 4 units, good amount of caffeine, plenty of sugar. And you just see once you're halfway done, you're like, right, you're kind of chilling. You're like, get me in a pub, man. Like, do you know that way? Like,
And you can like tan it or just sip
or
it.
you can
'cause it's
sip it.
both kinda
You can do both, and you feel pretty good. Pretty good, I would
Pretty
say.
good.
Pretty good.
That's good, man. I'm choking.
It was pretty peak, man. And big up an air shout out to just generally Witherspoons. No, like I'm not giving credit to Witherspoons like as a company, or whatever.
Aye, they're not very good to their staff.
But just
as an establishment.
and is the fact that it's £2.50 for a vodka or £3.99 a double, and you don't need to go to the bar. They
that's
literally just go on your phone, fucking Google Pay, £3.99, and a double comes in like a minute. Like,
Do you ken what we could do? You could put something in one of your TikTok
I
stories.
was going to do that last night, but if we go disco, I'll do that.
Like
we'll
order
get a
whatever you want.
We'll get a Witherspoons table and then put the table number.
Mate.
Have they started?
No, we'd
have
be
they
getting
started
bowls of rice.
banning that? But
We'd
have
be
they
getting
started?
bowls of
Have
rice.
There's like
they
Facebook
started?
pages
Aye, have
dedicated
they
to
started
that.
cracking down on
I
that?
don't
But
know.
Somebody would be sending us a
It'd be-
surfing turf, man.
It'd be money for them,
what
fuck,
it
man.
be.
Aye,
Aye,
that
it's
is
money.
true.
And they-
I think, but it's just fucked because folk will order like peas and like wee tiny portions of food and all that
nonsense,
in the
aye.
kitchen. Like,
Aye, and what if somebody like ordered like, oh, it'd have to be like a bag of nuts. They couldn't just, because I'm just thinking,
Everybody said
it's folk
anything.
with, man. Folk are
Aye.
crazy, man.
I suppose.
I'd be like, right, actual cunts, right, behave. We're table 77, Crystal Palace. Send us only booze. It can be as weird booze as you want. We'll make a collective video
drink it.
drinking the booze. Aye.
Somebody send us port, man.
Somebody would send us booze. In fact,
Aye.
they definitely 100%.
Aye,
Because
they would.
cunts love to do
Aye.
it just for like.
just for the
I
shits
think
and
I've
gigs.
done it before and just sent somebody was like, and
Aye.
just sent them like a shot of whatever, like something kind of shite.
It'd be quite cool because like if with the TikTok and stuff we could do whatever drink it is, and then if somebody could comment who is that got it and give them a wee
Aye.
shout out or something, man.
Aye, we
It
could
would
do
be
it.
Shout
kind
out
of
to
mad
the
because
guy
it'd
that
be
bought
like
some port.
unexpectedly the drinks would be coming to you as well.
Aye,
So
they
like
would
you could
just
be waiting,
randomly
we could be
come
waiting
in.
for like 25 minutes and
Aye.
no drinks, and then like 10 drinks on the one.
So it was like
Aye.
a game show or something, didn't it, man?
Aye,
See
fuck,
who can
man.
last
It's a
the
game
longest
show,
in that
man.
Crystal
Aye,
Palace,
we'll
man.
do that. We'll
Aye,
do
we
that
should do
100%.
something. But like keep the story up for like 20 minutes so it doesn't go boost spot. Do you know what I
Aye,
mean? Like,
aye, aye.
make sure
Aye.
like there's like a certain amount of folk view it and
Aye.
then see
See
aye.
what comes, aye. Because if it does go out of hand, we'd maybe just need to take it down and be like, right.
Aye, the staff would be over, but like, you guys need to go.
aye, you've got to go, man.
No, man, if we go to that social rooms, but the woman on the door was fucking, she's a fan. How was your wedding?
There you go.
And I was like, oh, it was class. And she was like, went to get my ID, and she's like, I know, I wouldn't normally do this, but just go in, it's fine. Like, you're sound. And I'm like,
What was the one?
So you don't care me.
aye.
I'm Dean.
She gave
What
Shannon
was
an
the
awful
one
lot.
we used to go to across for the ABC? What's that called?
Firewater.
Firewater.
No, the spoons.
Oh, I kind of want to talk about it.
Aye.
I couldn't tell you what it's called, but
For the ABC.
it's on Sockhill Street.
Aye.
It's got like the view. So
I feel like it's called the something. Now I know that sounds like a good.
No,
But,
you're
like,
right.
There's the Sir John Moore, which is by the train station, but
It's
I
not
feel
the,
like
the
this
Ox
one's
and
like
Finch or something. I
this
don't
one's
know.
like the Whispering Bush or something.
The whispering bush.
No, but I feel like it's the something circus. It's the I'm getting onto it. Let me.
the Engler's Circus or
Is it
something
the
like that.
aye
Some-
Hengler's Circus?
It's something like that.
Aye, because we used to get go there before propaganda and that,
Propaganda, man.
and you would get. I'd get a sex on the
R.I.P.
beach, man. Picture of sex on
You
the
actually
beach.
get the pictures, man. We didn't get one yesterday, but defo
pictures
will
are
get the
dead,
I've
pictures,
man.
got a
man.
picture of
Picture
sex
of
on the beach,
woo
man.
man.
We can out the water, man.
Aye, let's
I'll be
We can out
fucking.
the water.
fuck, man. Here, well, Cardo's playing a gig in the 12th, man. We could like,
Playing the
you just
12th?
could go. It's a Saturday night.
I'm working at 5 a.m. the next day, so I'm going to need to be
Aye, you'll be
half-past.
there. You just stay off all
I
the
can't
time.
believe it.
Ken, one thing I'm sacred with, I cannot drink the night before I work, Ken
Oh,
White.
no,
you're
Because
driving.
I'm a actual killer cunt. And I'll get put in jail. Because I'll just go ballistic and just go, I don't need this job anymore, I don't feel well. Seek oil the flare and get home and just stab somebody. Because I don't get rough how other folk get rough and they go, I can just power through this with happiness and a can of something. Hell, no, I'm fucked. I
Can
can't
I,
walk.
bro? But alright, better say reading like what?
I can't. I just feel as if the world is
I turn
caving in
into
on me,
a
man.
fucking White Walker for 3 days, man.
It depends.
Can't
for
look
me.
folk in the eyes, they turn into zombie tea, man.
Pure depends for me. Like sometimes I like the day I'm not that rough, but I did clean rip the arse out of it, like clean. Like, but I'm alright. But like I've drank less and been up to less in the past and been so much worse.
Maybe me
Like,
asleep then, I think. Because I think, see, if I'm drinking that and I get a good like 9 hours, like, say, you get that train home or whatever at like 10, but you go to bed at 11, you're smashed, but you wake up at like 9, 10, you're rough, but you're
I
not tired.
literally like we went to bed at 8 a.m.
There you go.
And then I woke up at like 12.
Aye. I'd have a gun right in my mouth, man.
It was when I woke you out, like I'm telling you, you've never ever felt a dry mouth like it. Like ever. I'm fucking leaning to gear. I guess my actual lips are sticking, man. Like,
I will go upside down for you for this disco night out, right? Because I just put on the record, I fucking hate booze now. See, I just, when you said that there, I just get shivers. I was like, because I know what that
No,
is.
that
You
ain't
wake
the
up, you're like that wee, what's that fucking, like, wee fucking desert worm thing thing? There's like a cartoon and it's like a wee kind of skeleton worm guy.
I know what you're talking about.
Is it SpongeBob? Is that for SpongeBob?
No, I think is it not receiving SpongeBob and Patrick get pure dried up, man? I'm
Oh,
telling
yeah.
you, man.
But anyway, yes,
Aye, we'll be hitting a choke.
but
So
I will do a backflip for you.
Aye.
It's Ken, but it's mental.
I'm
It's
so
Easter
ready for
Sunday's
it.
coming up soon. So it's the Easter weekend's coming up as well, man. I'm
is that like
free.
Easter Sunday?
I'm
Aye.
free Easter weekend, man. I'm telling you.
What day is Easter weekend?
It's
20th?
the-
Easter Sunday's
Easter Sunday's the 19th.
I might be off.
I'd need to check.
And I'm
mine.
never off Easter Sunday.
Ken,
I think I'm going to Dundee that weekend.
The pub
so
all day is peak on Easter
It's,
Sunday.
honor,
like.
it's in honour of the Lord, man.
Aye.
I think I'm going to Dundee that weekend,
What?
which
What
is
for?
mental. Aye, for some for Ailey's family, but. Trying to get a fucking Sunday off my work because I'm the Sunday guy is like fucking. I'm trying to rob a bank, man. No, I'm just where I live. No, you're the Sunday guy. But
I feel
see-
your pain, man. I was the same at
Sabbath.
HB when I was at uni, man. It's
You're the Sabbath.
But see this, man, no drinking thing is the same as your reading. Do you know that? Because see, any time I say it, I see folks' eyes looking at me going, he fucking thinks he's better than me because he doesn't drink. But
no.
what it actually is you've now found out you can read and you don't need to read all this smart shit and you can just talk about it openly because you've overcome a barrier.
Aye.
It wasn't too long ago that I was just wanting to get up to madness all the time. Remember I was sitting in the sauna with you, like, I need to stop this because every time I drink it's chaotic.
You just go to too
Just go
far.
to every single time. I need to stop it. And now I have. So it's
Aye.
actually a good thing.
See, you just need to kick back with a couple of Pacificos, man. You'll be sorted.
No. I do know what you mean. But I think, see, I'm so critical of myself, and I actually think this one time I'm like, no, do you know what? You've actually done something that's benefited you.
You've done
Rather
good,
than
but
like,
aye.
but in the same sentence, I can every so often I'm going to
Aye.
go upside down.
Yeah,
Like
aye.
last time I went upside down was Boxing Day, and I was like, wow, I love this.
You need to
Then
let
if
your
you,
hair
like,
down. Like
once
every
every
now and
so
then.
I think
often,
you can get super smashed like at least once or every 2 months. See, every 2 months you can get absolutely rattled. That's what I don't really. I drink. I have some wine and stuff with Lauren now and again, but we never get really drunk. But I get really drunk like once every 2 months. Like Shorty's wedding the night before.
My issue is also I don't think anybody really understands where the drink starts and ends with their problems. If you know what I mean. So
Aye.
you could feel shit this week and be like, oh, I just feel kind of weird. It could be the drinking you wouldn't ken. And that's what I don't like. Like something.
it's like almost something controlling you that
Aye.
you don't know about.
I think that the alcohol definitely is it's like the biggest jacket lit the sun. Do you know what I mean? It's
Aye.
fucking, it can be.
But-
But that's if you're doing it all the time.
Aye.
But some folk can ride through, some folk have the ability to take the jacket off. I don't. Do you know what I mean? I don't think you do anymore.
Wear the fucking
Do you know what I mean?
jacket, like, fucking.
Um,
Aye.
Anyway.
Aaron's
Anyway.
isn't really a jacket. It's more like a t-shirt. So you
Aye.
can still see the sun, but you can rip it off.
Fuck knows, man.
Aye, it depends.
I can just get it done when I need to get it done. I think
Aye.
on
Depends,
occasion
doesn't it?
it does depend. But what we're going to need to do is wrap there.
Aye.
Try and keep this short and sweet because this is going to be a 2 hour long fucker. After me saying,
he
He
said before.
the start of the episode, right? We'll
Aye.
make that a big 2 hour fucker or whatever.
Aye,
and then
well, it is.
we've ended up discussing everything in life. Anyway, I'll shut up.
aye, so it got a bit hairy canary. Next week we'll bring better energy and we'll have more structure. It'll probably no be rough. What is going on with that camera?
It's stoked because we went earlier, Matt. What you could just do quickly that.
Just do sound. Aye, just do sound. Aye. So
Right.
fucking it's been real. It's been real. We'll be back. Hope you enjoyed. Drop a comment. Tell us how fucking good luck we are, my guys.
Much love.
Adios.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.